Okay. Sorry, I forget my mic mutes every time I reset my computer. Let me make sure. Is it talk? Yeah, I'm okay. It's talking fine. Let me turn this down. Hold. I got confused. All right. All right. So to preface, I ate a lot of food today already, like really quickly. I had like breakfast and then like dinner. So like I am like extra full right now. I feel like disgusting. So I'm not in the best mood. But however, however, I need to finish these tutorials. Hello everybody. Hello everyone saying hello. The regulars. The I don't see anyone new. So hello regulars. um so I'm expecting these last little tutorials here. From what I've seen in the titles of them, I don't know how much I'll be even using these ones, so I guess we'll see. I mean, some of them. So this one I'm getting ready to watch is called Scripts, and I know very basic coding. That's even being like nice. Like I don't know coding really, so I have no clue what the Scripts thing is. Maybe it could be like plugins that other people make. Who knows? There's reuse actions, which actually sounds. Hopefully it's like symbols in Flash. References, no clue what that'll be about. I'm sure. Actually, I have no clue how that could go. That could go in so many different directions. Quad meshes, which, oh, excuse me, ugh, so much food in my stomach. Um, yeah, no clue what quad meshes will be. Uh, the only thing I can think of is like 3D stuff. But it's like this program isn't that 3D. It's just got like the 3D that like BooneBum has and whatever. Then it has advanced brushes, which I think I will probably want to make sure I care about, and then layer comp. So I think today's are going to be a little bit boring, just like yesterday's, but I need to get through them, guys. It's the last stretch of tutorials. Yes, everyone's still saying hello, and I say hello back to all of y'all. All right. Dang old throat. Just too much food today, man. Too much food. All right. This one's probably going to be the most boring one, but luckily, this one's pretty dang short. It's about scripts. Let's see what this is about. Haha. I didn't get jump scared by the loud sound.
Scripts are little programs that can be designed by users that we can implement.
Yes, that just like I said, people can make things and you can import it in. Do I remember you? I'm seeing your at, not your usual name. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I'm seeing Epic with a K, so I'm guessing you're Epic. Because, like, sorry, if you change your name, I'm gonna forget. I'm gonna forget who you are. Okay, you're Dasher. Okay, you know what? You change your name a lot, Dasher. You do. But just to prove that I do remember you, again, I will tell you, I am not drawing a surfing drawing. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Mm-mm-mm. No, no, no. All right. All right. Let me focus on this. So this is going to be okay. Yes. Be gone. You made a chromic scale of me. Oh, what is this? That thing you were telling me about yesterday, where I told you not to make an AI voice of me, and did you do it anyways? Ugh, I need to take like a Tums or something, I think. I got that dang heartburn. All right, let's learn about these scripts because I'm probably gonna have to download some of these um for like cool plugins.
Into Moho to further expand its functionality.
Yes.
By default, at the top, if you click on scripts, you have access to some built-in scripts which can help you in a variety of ways. We have 3D, animation, bone, and the list goes on. You're going to find a wide variety of scripts as you continue to research this. Some scripts are very simple, others allow you to.
Oh, we made an F and F Pro. Okay, I see. Um, yes, thank you for not doing an AI voice. The only time I've heard an AI voice of myself was back when like the AI voice thing was a little on the newer side, and TikTok like took my voice as like a trial on this thing, and then as like a joke, it's like, "Do you want to hear yourself speak Chinese?" And I went, "Holy Toledo, yes, let me see." And it sounded just like me speaking perfect Chinese. It was scary. Hello, Kane, and hello, Voco. You talking about the cheat? Ah, jeez, I'm having like the worst bleh, indigestion. I think that's the right word, indigestion. I don't know. I think it's probably just heartburn, acid reflux. Just too much food too fast in my day. When is there going to be a part 10? There's not going to be a part 10. Part 9's the last part of the saga. But I'm just talking about the saga. Yes, Kenzie, that's good. Do not do anything AI. Do not touch the chat GPTs. Do not touch any AI, generative AI. None of that. But especially the chat GPT stuff. Like, don't. I know a lot of people your guys' age are using that all the time. I can be begging you on my hands and knees. Don't do that. You're like losing your precious brain development doing this. Am I still going to make animations for Paragrip? Yes, I am. Yes, it's true. My next stuff, my next thing for him is going to be a Nerf Herder video, which is for his regular band. So you probably won't see it on his channel. Is AT gonna appear in music videos? If it works out that way. Yeah, say. Sometimes when I say Saga, I say Sega. Oof. All right, yeah, I might actually have to take a Tums. I'll be back in 1 minute. Just give me one little sec. All right. All right. Yeah, Volko has a good way of putting it. The lore, well, maybe not really the lore, but like the characters in the world and stuff like that's still, you know, that's its own thing in itself. The saga is just kind of like a section Maybe if you can do it like that. Yes, Kenzie, draw. Yeah, all right. So I took one Tums. I might have to take another one, but we'll see. It's my tummy hurts. All right, let's get through this tutorial.
To do an entire process that you couldn't do inside of Moho before.
Yes.
It really just
This
depends
is perfect.
on what you're looking for or what you're looking to program. From here, though, if we're on the scripts menu, I could just go to 3D. And here, for instance, this script allows us to create a cube very easily. We don't have to draw anything out. We can just go and
easy taco
cube,
bot.
and you can see now we have
easy taco bot
ready to go. And you could use that script any way you see fit. In this case, making cubes is what it does. But now, let's say, for instance, you are looking to expand beyond what we have here by default. Well, if we go back to that option and go down
Sure,
here,
Jacoby.
We have the ability to browse other popular scripts.
What?
So,
they literally
if we
give
click
you a
on this-
library to go directly. I am such a big fan of these guys now. I don't know, man. There's not a lot of companies you can really trust and like nowadays. Moho has only shown that they understand there's a market and they have to make money, but at the same time, they've put it at the bare minimum of having to buy their program once, and then everything is just catered to artists. Like it's delightful. It's so refreshing. So is there gonna, like I said, there's no Saga Part 10, but there will most likely be more Raining Tacos related music videos. The saga itself, done. Saga is just like one little story or section of the Raining Tacos. Okay, Volko, hurry up with the 2 questions. Because I would like to really just get through. Today's not really the best day. I'm with my tum-tums. And I would like to get through this tutorial so that I can move on. So that if any stream I do after this, it doesn't have to be tutorials. How does Shell Smasher, how's he going to sound with the voice? He's going to sound Eastern European, Slavic, Russian-y, deep voice. I mean, obviously, my first thought would be like Heavy Weapons guy, but maybe not exactly like Heavy Weapons guy. Do I have an evil clone? No, I don't have no clone. Trying to think the closest thing to a clone. I mean, I have a few people out there that kind of like replicate what I do pretty good. I wouldn't consider them clones. Trying to think. Yeah, no clones. Not yet, at least. Luckily, not yet. Hopefully never. Hopefully never. Hopefully everyone past me is like just inspired and I just helped them on their journey. Or even perhaps like little Miss Kenzie, who is like my apprentice now. I'd say that's the closest thing to a BooneBum too. Not really a clone still. Like clone is kind of a mean word. Because it's not true. Everyone's different. Get rid of the notification. Let's go back to this.
It'll open up a new website on your browser. And from here, you can browse a bunch of different scripts from a bunch of different users.
This is awesome.
Decide which ones work best for you. once you find one, as you can see, I'm just going to click on one here. You can sometimes get a tutorial on it, which can be very useful. It just depends on what the author is.
Yes, Kenzie, it is true. Or at least you will be.
Doing with their script. And then it kind of gives you some other information as well, such as which icons will be added to the application. And then finally, you can choose if you want to download the script. So here you can choose to download and install script command, download as a simple zip, download a Lua file, and you can view the script.
That's
So we're
really
just going to
easy.
choose download for install script command, and this will then download the script. And they're usually pretty small. And
That's
again,
good to
it
hear,
just depends
Voco.
on the author and what the script is going to do.
Keep let's try to keep war mentions out of here. Even though it is very devastating. But I'm glad your family is home.
So here I have the script, and
Hello,
I'm going to just
Jamie.
right click on it and choose to extract here. And once it's extracted, you'll see that we have a new folder. So now I'm going to come back here to Moho. And once in Moho, we're going to go to scripts and choose to install script.
This is wicked.
It's
That
going to give you some
like this
information.
is an official tutorial from them on how to put user generated like extensions in. Like that just genuinely puts me in a great mood just to hear that.
Just go ahead and choose to.
I mean, obviously, I'd love to do shorts for Rainy Tacos. If I figured something out, like I mean, I obviously have like ideas for them already.
Select a script folder, and I'll go over here to my tutorials. I'll click once on this folder I just extracted and choose select folder. And hopefully, if it all works out, it'll give you a confirmation that it's complete.
And then open it.
So now, if I would come over here and let's just make a new bone layer, you can see I actually have the other category, and we have the script right down there. And we could go in and go through the documentation and figure out how to use this script. The other option within this menu is choosing the scripting documentation. So if you're curious about scripting, if you want to go in and perhaps create a script on your own, this is definitely a good place to start. So be sure to check this out. And if you're looking to expand the capabilities of Moho, adding scripts is a great way to do it.
Cool. Now, I'm curious what these are. Muting that. Haha. I will always dodge the loud noise.
With Moho, you have the ability to create actions that can be reused in a variety of ways. And to get started, we're going to use Kusi here and create a walk cycle that can be reused as many times as we wish.
Okay.
So, the first thing we want to do is bring up the Actions panel, and let's go to frame 0. And on the Actions panel, we want to make sure that nothing is selected, in this case for the bone layer. And we want to make sure that we are on that bone layer, so that way we can create an action for it. So, once you have all that, we're going to come over here to the Actions panel and click on the New Action button. And here, Action 26 can be renamed to, let's just say, Walk Cycle, and then click OK. You're now inside of a new action, and you can determine this by the fact that we have a red arrow pointing to Walk Cycle, but also your timeline is tinted pink, indicating that you are now working on an action. If you go back here to Mainline by double-clicking, you can see it's now dark gray. So let's go back here to that Walk Cycle by double-clicking again.
The chat will probably be a little slightly delayed since I have it on the low latency, not ultra low, so it's not going to be instant popping up, you know. But let me just double check. Oh, you know what? You are right about that. Hold on. I don't know why it's doing that, because it's supposed to be copying. One sec. Thank you for letting me know about that, Jacoby. That is odd. It is very odd. Let me. I mean, it's show like grr, grr, man, grr. Hold up. Hold up, ring, ding, ding, a ding, a ding. Hello again. This is peeling me off, guys. Let me fill the void. No, don't annoy anyone, Voco. Yeah, that it has been. That's like from a while ago. Um. Oh, there we go. That's all I have to do. I have to click reset. All right. There's a reset button. Learned. Yeah, thanks for letting me know about that. All right, back to tutorial.
And we can get started. We're just going to do a very simple walk cycle here. So
I'm
we'll
curious how
start
this
by
walk cycle will
taking
look like.
the anchors, and I'm just going to bring out this leg like so, and then bring the other one back a little bit. So something like that. Next, let's move the arms. So with the back leg being out, I want to bring the back arm back, doing the opposite of what its counterpart limb is doing.
It's true.
So
This is
here,
what
the
you're
front
supposed to
arm,
do.
since the front leg is being pushed back, will come forward. So something like that.
That's actually a big one, guys. Like this is one that you got to remember. You're making backgrounds, Kenzie. That's awesome. But yeah, this is a important thing. Any one of you, even honestly, if you just draw, not even animate, like you need to remember when people are walking, uh, if their right arm is in front of their body during the walk, their left leg is out in front of their body. Because if you do like right leg, right arm out at the same time, I wonder if I can like just draw this. Let me explain it. Let me explain it. All right. So imagine there's a dude here. Give him a little face. And let's say he's walking. Let's say he's walking like that. Whoops. And this tablet, oof, I can't wait to get my main tablet back in like a week or so. This one's been undoing twice. Every time I click undo once, it's been very frustrating. Anyways, so imagine this guy's walking, arm in front, this arm behind. You would not want this leg to be out and this leg to be behind. That's just not how walking works. You want this leg out and this leg behind. Wondering how I can like display this better. Probably, honestly, let me just open Flash. Let me just open Flash at this point. I can always just show like this is the reason why like I just wish some programs had a simple like You go right into it and you can do the most simple thing right away. That's why Flash is the best thing to learn with. Breaks this guy's legs. Oko, quit being so violent. All right, let me show you. I'll show you the wrong way, and I'll show you the right way. All right, imagine I'll draw another guy. I'm going to draw another guy. I'll draw another dude. He's even happier. This guy's happier. And imagine, just like the other one, he's like this. Now, I'm going to do it wrong first. You'd think, oh, I'm going to draw him running. He's going to be like this. Little do you know, there's an error here. Because if I were to draw the next way he's walking, where this arm's in front and this arm's behind, and he's like this, little do you know, it looks wonky. It's gonna look wonky. Because it's wrong. No one walks like try to do that yourself. Try to walk with your you go right hand forward, left leg forward at the same time. Right leg forward, right arm forward. Like you're gonna be just kind of like waddling. Now the correct way, let me fix this guy. Sorry guy for doing the wrong thing. Alright, so still, arms like that. This leg would be forward, and this front leg would be back. While this leg, would be back, and this one would be going forward. Now he's really going for it, guys. He's really going for it. What if you drew stick commands? I draw stick commands. You know? It doesn't matter, you draw stick commands. I mean, look at the people who made Among Us. They started with Henry Stickman, whatever he looks like. And he was just a stick guy. And then when they made Among Us, it's just the guy that looks like this. Like, you don't need to be no perfect artist to be making stuff. Your stuff's just got to be good. Your stuff's just got to be good. Why is there two things up? What in the world? Anyways, that wasn't a very good demonstration, but keep that in mind when you're drawing a walk cycle or a run cycle. Just remember it by like this: opposite arm, opposite leg. All right, we're almost there, guys. There's 4 more tutorials. None of them are over 10 minutes. We can do this.
Now we can go to frame 12, and we're just going to do the opposite here. I'm just going to grab this front anchor and move it back, grab the back anchor and move it up. And I just want to make sure that that back anchor is close to the X position of the front, and it looks pretty close, so I think we should be good to go with that. Now we're going to reverse the arms once again. So just come in here.
Yeah, see?
We
The
can
right way.
like that. Then on frame 24, I'm going to copy the frames from 1 and paste them on 24 with Control C and then Control V.
It's already
So here we
interpolated.
have something that looks like this now. And as we play through the action, it's going to loop just the keys, which can give us a good idea of how this can cycle. So now we're going to keep going by building this up. Coming back here.
Before you ask, guys, no, this is not. This is very bare minimum way of going about it. Stuff doesn't look like this final when you make it in this program. This is a demonstration. Can you give ideas? Honestly, Fedor just asked me that the other day. About what AT's room looks like. So in the Sales Smasher home where they all live, there's really only one room they're renting out, since every other room is taken up by Shell Smasher and his wife and then his 12 children. There's only one extra room. So originally, AT only rented just that room. But then Taquito Lord came in, and now they share the room. And AT's part is pretty bare minimum, not much as a poster. Maybe a comfy. He has a comfy little mattress, comfy like place to sleep because he loves sleeping. While on the other side of the room, Taquito Lord's stuff is like all pristine and super clean and decorated. And if you're wondering where the others are, like Doctor Slurp, uh, the Gorger, and Snatch, they all live in the lab up in the roof. They sleep in the corners. Not a lot of space in that place. I mean, there is a lot of space. There's just not enough space for a family, 12 kids, and then like 5 other random men and a woman. Can I draw Timitako being angry where the eyebrows are on his helmet? I'm trying to think if that's how I would go. I mean, like, I'm usually pretty loose with expressions because it really depends on the moment. If it's gonna be like funny looking, real, or like silly, it really depends on like the moment I'm drawing. There could be some moments where I do draw his eyebrow on top of the helmet, but I'm sure like normal times it would probably just be like under the helmet, or even the helmet itself could be part of his expression. Kind of like how you know how Kane in Amazing Digital Circus, the top part of his jaw is used as his eyebrows sometimes. Um, I'm losing you, Boko. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm going back to the tutorial.
Let's go to frame 6, and we can see now the legs are starting to cross. So we're just going to grab this front leg here and bring it up like so. So we kind of have this going on now.
Yay.
And it comes down. And then on frame 18, when we have the back leg crossing, we'll have that one come up like so, since that's going to be the one that reaches out.
Wow,
So
they've made it so
like
easy.
this. And we can add some shifting weight to this as well. So perhaps when both feet are on the ground,
Well,
we can come in.
like I said, he does have a poster or two. For one, like for a fact, AT has this on his. Let me type it in. He has this album cover on his wall. Hold on, let me. He has this album cover on his wall because this album means a lot to him. He identifies a lot with this album by Daniel Johnston. So he has this drawing, this basically this white poster. Like, let me see if there's like someone actually made a poster of it. Yeah, so you see people like make the poster of it. Um, yeah, good album. You'll probably like hear it and go, "What the heck?" But it's a good album. Daniel Johnson, he, uh, you know, lived with a lot of mental problems, but he expressed himself through music in a very unique way. So his music is obviously very unique. So, but this album specifically, AT the character, he loves this album, so he has it on his wall. If you would like to draw his room, that you draw this on his wall.
In here and maybe just shift this down a little bit. And then
What
when
about
we have
others? Um, I mean, you can kind of make up whatever you want because, like, essentially, like AT doesn't have much in his room. He wants a place to sleep. He has a laptop. He loves his laptop. Don't ever take that away from him. That's where he watches his movies and his TV shows. He needs to watch his TV shows. The one thing he enjoys, other than sleeping and plotting the end of Timmy Taco.
on frame 6, the push up, maybe just come in and kind of bring it up a little bit like that. And then on frame 12, we can bring her down again.
Yay.
And looking at frame 6 now, I might bring her down a little bit more as well. And maybe just adjust the targets here. Just a little bit. Something like this, maybe. So there we go. So it's kind of like this. And then we're going to go up with this one.
Rigging makes things
And then on
so
frame
easy.
24, we're just going to copy those keys over again from frame 1. So there we go. So now you have something that's more like this.
AT, no, I think he's more into like reality TV. Like he'll watch like drama shows. Do I know what the Scooby Doo Crappy Run is? Or Creepy Run? Uh, what? Scooby Doo Creepy Run? Is it a game? What the heck? Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to play that without a copyright. I'll mute it. So it's called Scooby Doo, Scooby Doo. This is pretty creepy. I'll give it that. I'll give you that. I'm pretty sure it is copyright. Does AT watch total drama? I'd say if he watches any cartoon, yeah, he probably would. He probably would.
Now I have this part here where she goes back a little bit on frame 6, and I don't really like that, so I'm just going to bring this over a little bit. And I'm going to raise her up just a little bit more. And maybe here I'll raise her up just a little bit on frame 12 so her dip isn't as drastic. And there we go. So now if you come in here and you play this out, you can see that we have something like this going on. And you can continue if you wanted to. Maybe you want to shift her weight a little bit more like this when she's coming down. We could go in and do all sorts of things like that to continue the process of building the walk cycle. But this is looking pretty good. I'm just going to copy those keys from 1 to 24 one more time just to make sure
Hello,
we're
Jacob
good there.
Flays.
So now we have our walk cycle in place. Again, we could do more with this, but for this process, it's looking pretty good. So now we can double click on mainline to go back out. And when we're on the main line, we have a blank timeline. So let's say you're animating out.
Yo, okay, I see now. Okay, so it's like each rig can have. Okay, it's making sense in my brain, guys. I'm gonna be using this.
Character here. And let's just say she's doing something. I'm not quite sure what. Perhaps she's looking.
Wait, can you like? interpolate between them, that would be really wicked.
At something on the ground, or something to that effect.
I mean, you can learn animation very easy. Um, there's different ways you can, different programs. There's different ways to go about it. You don't need Moho. If anything, you shouldn't start with Moho. This is a program you probably get into after you know how to animate. Um,
We can come in here and just sort of adjust it
like
like
like everything that I'm hyping this program up a lot for sure. But definitely like if you're looking for like a first time animation program, this is not it. Like when I think about it, I think the first program my parents tried to give me when I was like really really small before I got Flash was Anime Studio, and it was that's what this program used to be, was Anime Studio. And it was like a lot more bare bones back in that day. It still required like other programs to draw in beforehand. You still do it with this one a lot. Like I'll probably still be drawing in like Clip Studio and then importing it into this program, but um this program's come such a long way. And what if you're poor? There's two options if you're poor. Free programs like Blender. Blender's a great one. Um, there is pirating. Though I know publicly I have to say I don't condone. Please, corporations and businesses, I am not endorsing this, but I'm saying that if there are some people who cannot afford things, those people sometimes use websites and get them for free and get keys to those programs for free, which is totally not behavior that I condone wholeheartedly. If you have mobile, I'm not familiar with mobile programs. I know the game has changed on that, where there's tons now. Like yesterday, you guys were talking about Flip a Clip. I have seen things with Flip a Clip that are like, I'm like, you made that on a phone? That's crazy. But if you do want to take like animation seriously though, or art seriously, I would highly recommend getting a computer or even a tablet. A tablet, I know tablet game has changed as well, to be very similar to how computers were a long time ago. But like if you're wanting to make like projects and bigger videos and stuff, definitely at some point work towards getting a computer. Having a tablet's a great start. Um, then when you have a computer, you'll be able to get like an even better drawing tablet, like a drawing screen to go along with it. Sometimes some people, honestly, I see the benefits of not getting a screen too. There's also little like mouse tracking pen tablets that you can get too that control your mouse with the pressure sensitivity. That's another way people draw on the computer. Ibis Paint's perfectly fine. Uh, there you can make anything you want in pretty much any program now, from what I've seen. You just got to learn the programs you're working with. Um, should you use Vegas Pro or KineMaster? I don't know much about KineMaster. I grew up with Vegas, so I will always hype up Sony Vegas. Um, I obviously don't use it anymore because the version I had got kind of outdated, and I have access to Adobe now, which I'm trying to get rid of because Adobe is just like I don't like supporting them as a company anymore. But I still gotta make ends meet. I gotta use their programs. That's where my skill set is. This is why I'm learning Moho, so I don't have to use Flash anymore. But Flash is still good to learn. Like the reason Flash is good, it's not because of Adobe, because Adobe bought Flash from another company. So another company originally made Flash. So you don't even need to hype up Adobe to say Flash is like awesome. Voco, you made new art. Do I even have Discord open on this group? Yeah, I do. Ooh, we got a new AT drawing from Voco. Brand new AT drawing from Voco. He's so angry at the little ant character. I like his little tiny eyes, his little tiny arm.
So she's looking down, and then maybe she looks there for a moment, and then she kind of goes up like this. And maybe she has an idea as to what she wants to do, and she's looking at the audience. And of course, I'm kind of just doing this quick, but looking down, looks up, and then maybe on frame 48, you want to start the walk cycle. So I'm going to add some keys on 48, and then let's just go to 54, and then come down here and click once on walk cycle, and then you have the ability to add the action as a reference or as a copy.
Oh.
If you insert a copy, it's going to allow you to alter the keyframes without altering the original action.
Okay.
If you insert a reference, it's like reference layers. If you make a change to the main action that you're referencing, then those changes will be reflected throughout the timeline.
Okay.
So, as an example, if I came in here and I insert a copy, you can see now that it just puts those keyframes in just like that.
Wicked, okay.
And then we have this little jump down like this. I'm just going to come in here and remove these two keys, so that way we have a more seamless transition from the walk cycle, kind of like this.
Okay.
So you could then go in, and if you wanted to,
you did an
cycle
F and
this
F
walk
cover of
cycle.
me and Timmy.
So we could go to this frame and choose to cycle, and I'll set this to absolute.
I think one of my buddies got it turned it his voice got turned into an F and F. My buddy Ivan, Almighty. It's funny hearing him. I think he does the voice of. They made his voice the Darnell guy in that Pico update. Yeah, Ivan I think does the voice of the Darnell, which is pretty cool. No, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna do that, Voco.
And we can bring this up to, let's say, frame 55. So something like this.
It's a cycle.
So you go like this, and then you start walking, and then she can keep walking like that.
Wicked. So wait, did you copy just those frames and make the cycle? Let me see.
Frame 55. And then if you wanted to cycle this walk cycle, so we could go to this frame and choose to cycle.
And then you
and
drag
I'll set
this
to absolute, and we can bring this up.
Okay, you change it up here. Okay. This is the stuff I need to be knowing.
Frame 55. So something like this.
Cool.
So you go like this, and then you start walking, and then she can keep walking like that. There we go. Now, as you can see, since we inserted a copy, we could come in here and adjust these keys. So if we wanted to adjust the way the walk cycle is looking, you can see we can come in here and adjust it. It's adjusting the speed of this. But if we were to come over here to the walk cycle, and as stated, if we insert a reference instead of a copy, it's going to change the way not only how this looks in the timeline, but what we can do with it. So here you can see it says walk cycle, which is indicating the action, and it just plays the action out as it's seen on the actions panel. But if we go in here to the walk cycle itself, and let's say on frame 6 we decide that we want to raise her hands this way, let's go back here to mainline now, and now you can see with the walk cycle she does just that.
Okay.
And so those are the differences between referencing and adding copies.
I see.
Also, if you wanted this cycle to repeat with the reference intact, we could go back here to walk cycle, And
You
inside of
make
that
it.
action,
You make it
go to
a
frame 24,
cycle, and then
and then choose to
yeah.
cycle.
Okay.
And you can see it's cycling back to frame 2, which is fine for us. So now if we go back here to mainline and we play this out, you can see now it's just going to repeat just like that.
Cool.
So there you go. That's a little bit about how you can build actions and reuse them. And
This
the
one
differences
was
between...
probably the most important one for me to learn. And if it's having references right after that, I'm guessing references is exactly what I've been looking for. Oh. Gotcha. Not getting jump scared by the sound. What now? Kenzie has art? Hold the flump. Hold the flump. Aw. Cute little room. Hold on. Hold on, everyone. You're gonna see Kenzie's little room. Wow. It's so delightfully pink. I love it. I love it. And then this is more of it. I wonder, is this rug that's on the ground here? Is it just like a circle rug, or is it like a shape of something? Because it'd be cool if it was like a shaped rug, like a big bunny, or like a, a blue heart. There's lore with it too. Was that the other image? Or was that just extra little thingies? He's just a circle rug. All right. Does Timmy and Itzel share the same? No, they do not live together. Timmy lives with Thomas, and Itzel lives in the library with her family.
References allow us to create a master file, and we can then reference that file in other files. And if we make a change to the master file, we then have the ability to update and make those changes to the files that are referencing it.
Really?
So we're going to use Kusi as an example here. We're just on that main file for her. And I want to come over here, and I'm going to click on her bone layer. And right at the top of the layers panel, you'll see next to the trash can, we have the ability to reference a layer. So we're going to go ahead and click on reference layer. Now, at first glance, what this does is it creates a duplicate. And that's essentially what's happening here. You can see we have Kusi 1 and 2. And if I grab the transform layer tool here and just bring it over, you'll see that we indeed have 2 Kusis. Now, one thing to point out with the layers panel is the original has this red target and the duplicate has a green arrow. And what this means is the original here is the target, meaning that's the original file. The green arrow means it's being referenced, that this is a reference, and in this case, it's referencing this particular rig. So if I were to come in here and let's say I want to change just the colors, I'm going to come over here and click on the body, and this is the original. This is not the reference. I'm working within the original here. I'm just going to come up here and change the fill color really quick. Let's do something purple like that and click OK.
Okay.
You'll notice right when I do this that Kusi, the copy, updates.
Yes.
And that's because it's referencing the original.
So what if you
Come
change
here,
it
go
in
to
the
leg,
copy?
and again, just keep going. You'll see that it's just going to continue to adhere to what we're doing. And the green arrow indicates that everything is good and that this is reflecting the copy.
The sign is supposed to say perfection matters most. But Kenzie changed it to being yourself. Yes, that's true. You don't got to be perfect. Bro, if everyone was perfect, the world would obviously be a different place. Did I watch Happy Tree Friends? I watched a bit of it when I was very young. So, yes and no. I've watched a bunch of random ones over the years.
However, if I were to come in
Whoa,
here
you're loud,
to
bro.
the reference and we go to, let's just say, leg 1 right here, and we make a change. So I'm going to come in here, click on this, and I'm just going to use a different color.
Wait, so he's in the reference one.
Leg 1 right here, and we make a change. So I'm going to come in here, click on this, and I'm just going to use a different color than what we've been using.
It's only going to change for this, right?
Here. So go ahead and click OK.
Aha!
Now you'll see that it doesn't go both ways. We have what appears to be here a different colored leg, but it doesn't go the opposite direction. So that's one thing to keep in mind. The reference will adhere to the original. However, if you make changes to the reference, it won't go in the opposite direction.
Cool.
Also, if you are working on a reference and you decide at some point, I really don't want this to keep changing, because perhaps maybe you're over here and you're working on the hand and you want to give her a glove or something and you're starting to color things in differently, maybe a red glove, and you can see here I'm changing the finger colors here. Let's say at some point you're like, I really don't want that to be referencing anymore. Well, we can come over here to Kusi 2, and you could choose any of these layers. Maybe the hand is just one that you don't want to be messed with. You could come over here to your hand and right-click and choose to break the layer reference.
Yep.
So when you do this, now, if you were to come in and make changes to the hand on the Kusi layer right here, so if I come in here, I'm going to make a change to this part of the hand, click OK. You can see I'm doing that, but it's not now updating on this hand because we broke the reference. And finally, if you'd like to break the reference entirely and not just on individual layers, go to your main layer, in this case, the Kusi bone layer, right-click, and then choose to break layer reference. And you can see now it'll all be broken, meaning this is now an independent layer that can be adjusted, and it won't be updated based on what we do with the original. So now we're going to try this with an external document, and it's very similar. So first, I'm actually going to just revert this document back. So go up here to File and Revert, and Revert. So now we just have Kusi back, there's no changes, and everything is good to go. I want to come over here to another document. In this case, we're just going to look at the forest scene here. And I want to come in here and import Kusi. So we can use Control-Shift-Y or Command-Shift-Y to do a general import. And I'm going to locate Kusi from the list. So double click. And here we can choose to import the rig by clicking on Kusi on the left. But you'll also notice we're just going to look at, and we're just going to revert this document back. So go up here.
And it's reverted.
I want to come over here to another document. In this case, we're just going to look at the forest scene here. And I want to come in here and import Kusi. So we can use Control-Shift-Y or Command-Shift-Y to do a general import. And I'm going to locate Kusi from the list. So double click. And here we can choose to import the rig by clicking on Kusi on the left. But you'll also notice on the bottom right, we have the ability to choose to import by reference. And that's what we want to do here. So we're going to go ahead and import by reference and click OK. So now, once again, we have these green arrows in place, indicating that it's referencing something, but right now everything is up to date and good to go. So now I'm going to come back over here to the Kusi document.
So if you change it in this, change it over there
to the body once again. I just think this is probably the easiest way to make a change. And we're going to come over here to the fill color, and let's just change this now to a darker blue, something like that. And we could even go in here with the legs and just make sure we have everything set to that dark blue color. Okay. And we could keep going, but I think this is fine for what it is. Now, nothing is going to happen here until you save this file.
Okay.
So once you save the master file, and if we come back now to the file we're working on, you'll notice now that Kusi's arrow is red, not green. This means a change has been made to the master file, the file that we're referencing. So to fix this, we can right click on that layer and come down and update layer reference.
Okay.
Here, it's going to ask you some questions. If you want to add new layers from the original, perhaps we've added new layers since then, we can choose to add them into this reference. We can remove layers that don't exist in the original. We can replace mismatched vectors as well as mismatched bones. So even when you are updating, you can choose kind of what you want to update here when you're working with separate files. So once you're good, we can go ahead and click OK, and you can see the change has now been applied.
Okay.
So
I see.
From there, you can see we have a green arrow once again, and you could continue your work. Maybe at some point you add in smart actions, you add in different bones, whatever the case is. You can go in, make changes to the main file, and then update them on the scene. And that's basically how all this works. If you're referencing on the same document, you'll see the changes happen in real time. If you are working with separate documents, you're going to have to prompt your rig to update and to read the master file in order for it to work. And finally, make sure that you save your master file before you try updating your reference.
You said there's a conversation in chat. Help. People can talk amongst themselves in the chat. I don't care. Kerr.
Otherwise, Moho won't be able to update that file. So hopefully that makes a little bit of sense, and references can be very powerful and very useful, especially for bigger and more complicated productions. Having a master rig and being able to make those changes to all of your other scenes is a great help.
Yeah, I'm gonna be making a Perry grip rig. I'm gonna be making a fucking flumping. God, I am really bad with the cursing lately. And I'm gonna be doing everyone else in Nerf Herder. I'm gonna make him look fun and funny. What do I think about 18 Go Animate? He'll be going up to Timmy Taco and say that he's grounded for 3591333333334 893333334 89322222222 years. Should Dorothy and Brudabot have eyelashes? That is up to you, bro. That is up to you. Eyelashes are very cute. So if you're trying to make a character cute, you know, does not hurt add a little eyelashes. All right, quad messages. I don't know what these are. These could change the game, everyone, or I might just never use these. Who knows? Oh! I missed it. I got hit with the sound.
In Moho, you can use meshes to animate using triangles or quads. And by default, when you create a smart warp mesh, it's going to use triangles. So as an example, with this newspaper image, if I come up here to draw and then choose create mesh layer, and let's just come over here to the newspaper, and I'm going to reduce the opacity here. You can see that this mesh is drawing out these different triangles. So you have this point going down here, over here,
Wait,
and
I'm kind of confused already.
Smart warp mesh.
I'm having like allergies. All right, say this again, bro.
It's going to use triangles. So as an example, with this newspaper image, if I come up here to draw and then choose create mesh layer, and let's just come over here to the newspaper, and I'm going to reduce the opacity here. You can see that this mesh is drawing out these different triangles. So you have this point going down here, over here, and up. You have this one going up, over, and down. Everything is 3 points, and when you go in and start to manipulate this image, or the warp for the image, you'll be using those triangles to do so, which can be useful in a variety of ways. But sometimes
I could see it used
a
for
little
a
bit
newspaper.
more rigid control, or perhaps you want to create a perspective effect or something along those lines. That's where quads comes in handy. Now, in order to create quad meshes, we have to manually set it up. So we're going to come over here to this warp layer that we just made and remove it.
Okay.
Now we're going to need a vector layer to create the mesh. So I'll come down here to layer 1. I can rename it to mesh. And we're going to go over here to the draw shape tool. Now you could go in and use a rectangle and manually put in your points if you wish. But here we're just going to use the grid tool. I'll set this to a horizontal of 1 and a vertical of 2. I'm going to want to change the horizontal to 2 and the vertical to 1. Now, I'm just going to come in and draw this out, and you'll see that we have a rectangle with essentially a line going through it in the middle. And I'm going to match up that line going through the middle with the middle of the newspaper and release.
Okay.
Now, the last step for the mesh is to fill in each individual rectangle. So I'm going to come over here with the paint bucket tool, and I have my light blue fill selected. I can click once to create that side, and then click again to create the other side. And if I hide this, you can see that this is what it currently looks like.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, I'm going to double click on the newspaper,
Ho, ho,
go to
ho.
Image, go to Smart Warp Layer, and then choose Mesh from the list, and click OK.
Yes.
Now, let's go to, let's say, frame 12, and I can grab the mesh for this, and we can start to move things around and manipulate. So as you can see,
Ho,
because of
ho,
how
ho.
this is set up, I'm easily able to come in here and just squish this and create a perspective of sorts. Perhaps the newspaper is open right now in front of us. Well, we could come in here and create that effect pretty easily. Or maybe you want the opposite to occur. Maybe you want this to look like it's going in the background and this is open just like this. We could go in and adjust that and make it work. And as you can see, it's very easy to adjust the perspective of your objects with a quad mesh.
Yes.
And it's pretty cool. Now, you can go a little bit further with this. So if I come back here, I'm just going to remove these frames. And in fact, I'm going to remove the mesh entirely. And let's create a new vector on frame 0. And I'm just going to come over here to that draw shape tool once again. And let's do vertical 2 and horizontal 2. And now we're going to come in like this. And we'll just place the mesh right there. And then we want to come in and fill in now each of these 4 quadrants. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'll place the newspaper above that layer. Double click on the newspaper, go to Image, and then choose the new vector as your warp and click OK. So now if we come in here, we now have even more flexibility. So we have this centerpiece, and now maybe we can fold it, you know, this way as well, in addition to the other way. So you could have even more control with this if you wanted to. And as you can see, it looks pretty cool.
What up?
You can come in here
What
and
up,
just manipulate
Dorito?
this, just like that. And you can go beyond just 4 as well. So if we went back here, I remove this mesh. I'm just going to do a new vector once again. And let's just grab the grid. We go, let's say, 10 and 10. And you can draw this out.
Yo.
And from here, you would have to go through and color in each of those squares. But once you get to that point, you could have all of these manipulate the paper if you wish. So when it comes to creating perspective with meshes, or really any object,
I might actually
Moho,
use these.
be sure to keep your quad meshes in mind.
Well, okay, Dorito. Let's see, I got 2 more tutorials. Holy flum. And these have, like, I thought these ones were going to be the most boring ones. These have been the most important ones for me to learn. TBH. I hate that sound.
With Moho, you have the ability to not only draw characters, objects, scenes, whatever you want, but you can stylize them with different brush types. There's several brushes to choose from inside of Moho, and you can even create your own.
Yes,
But
I would
first, let's
love
take-
to make one that looks like the Flash brush. So that if I do make more Rating Tacos videos with this program, obviously it'll look different. Not going to deny it won't. But I would still like the line art to be similar.
Take a look at the basic settings for brushes, and then we can move on to some more advanced stuff. So here we're looking at Kusi, and on the style panel on the top right, you'll notice that we have a white rectangle that says no brush. If I were to click on this, we gain access to all of the brushes currently installed in our content folder. And all these brushes here are built in by default. You can see there's quite a range to choose from. And if you click on any of these, you're able to come in here and alter this further. So we can choose if we want to align brush with curve, if you want a border to this, if you want to merge your alphas. So let's say if you turn the alpha of the brush down and you're painting, one over the other with different strokes, if you want to merge those. You can do line boil, which will create the illusion that the line is boiling in a way, but more so, it looks like every frame the line's being drawn to kind of give it that sketchy frame by frame look.
Oh, heck
and that's
yeah.
why when you turn this on, you'll see that randomness interval is set to 1 frame. So if you wanted this to be more random or less random, you could go in and adjust that accordingly. And you have some other things here, such as jitter angle and spacing. You can see if I increase the spacing, it creates more spaces between the shapes that create that brush. You have size, variation, amplitude. So if you want different parts of the brush to be bigger, smaller, you can go in, and as you can see, as I'm adjusting this, we get more of a bubble effect in parts of the brush, which could be desirable depending on how you want to design. You have variation scale, and we have our angle drift as well. So the nice thing about this is, even if you're not entirely sure what each of these options might do, you can go in here and adjust them accordingly and see the preview here. And once you're good, you can click OK. And we'll need a new vector to test this out. But if I were to come in here, we could draw out using this new brush, perhaps come over here and adjust the line width a little bit so we can see what this is looking like. And as you can see, as we bring it up, we now have something that looks like that. And when you have your line work selected, you can also go in and adjust it. So if you wanted to change the brush as it is looking right now, we can go in here and make those adjustments. You can also, while you're working with these brushes, if you decide that, let's say we've created this brush and we really like it because of all the settings we adjusted here, and we want to reuse this brush as many times as we can, well, you can come down here and choose to save brush.
Dorito, I think there already is one. I think one of the bots in the Paragrip server is called Taco Bot. I'm sure it doesn't have like all the capabilities of like moderation or anything, but I think I have seen a bot in that server specifically. I know you joined the Raining Tacos one though. I'm not sure about the Paragrip one. But yeah, that idea I think has been someone's done that.
And this will allow you to save a brush inside of your custom content folder that you set up when you initially boot up the software. So here we could just name this, let's just say Kusi brush, which I'm not sure why I would use this brush with her, but let's just pretend that's what we're going to do. And I'm just going to save this to my custom content folder. And once you do this, it'll ask you if you want to reload your brushes because it won't appear until you reload the brushes. So let's just go ahead and reload. And now, not only is the brush right there, but if we click on our brushes again, you can see right down here, if we click on this, Kusi brush is available to us, and we're able to go in and reuse this and modify it and do whatever we need to do. So let's go ahead and just close out of this. And just one more thing to note, when you are working on your character, when it comes to working with the brushes, we can come in here at any time and let's say click on the sleeve, and let's say we decide that we want to add a brush to this. We can go over here and browse our brushes, and let's say we want to do this. You can see when I click, it automatically changes it.
That's cool.
And that's another way you could go about this too. So if you wanted to go in and change this, perhaps add a line boil. So now you can see this line is moving a little bit as we're moving along, and then you could go in and apply this to other shapes if you wish, and do what you need to do with that. So what about multi-brushes? What are those, and why do we want to create one? Well, let's check that out. So for the multi-brush, we first want to locate the content folder. And this was set up initially when you started Moho. To access the content folder, go to File and go down to Open Custom Content Folder. If you know where it is on your computer, you can always just browse to it as well. So here we have access to our stuff, and you'll see that we have brushes on the list. So let's double click on that. And here you can see that we have that Kusi brush that I already created right here. But we want to add a multi-brush. Now, a multi-brush will take multiple images and allow us to create the brush from them. And in order to do this, we first need to create a folder for the multi-brush. So Control-Shift-N, and we can name this brush whatever we wish. In this case, I'm just going to name it Planets, and then hit Enter. Now, we can come back here to my tutorial folder here, and I want to locate my multi-brush assets and just grab these 3 planets. So I'm just going to copy these images, come back here to my stuff, go into my brushes for my content folder, and inside there we have plants. So we can go in there and paste those in just like that. And now we're going to reload
Rain
Moho,
Taco should be on Cartoon Network.
We should be able to.
Yeah, if it could be on any sort of them. Unfortunately, it's seemingly like Cartoon Network and like Nickelodeon and like everything's in limbo right now, which is very sad. But if I had to choose between like the classic 3, which was Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, and Disney, I think I was aiming for Rain Tacos to be Nickelodeon, since that's more like they would rather have like a kid-oriented kind of show. I think that's like what they typically look for, is like shows that have like main characters that are kids. But at the same time, Cartoon Network typically allows more edgier stuff, which I would like, as like bubbly and random and cute as Rain Tacos would be, I would want it to be kind of like have a bit of an edge to it, because I think it's funny when cartoons are a little brutal. Maybe not brutal like violence, but like maybe I mean, I guess violence a little bit, but not like, I'm not talking about like gore or like gross stuff. I'm just talking more like slapstick or jokes that are a little bit more multifaceted. Just a bit more freedom in the writing department, I guess, is what Cartoon Network typically has.
See this brush within the style panel. So I'm in Moho. I'm going to create just a new document here and grab the freehand tool, come over here to no brush. And if we scroll down here, you'll see that we have access right here to what looks to be Jupiter. And if we click on this, and you can see that we have something going on here, we can come in and start to adjust this.
Yeah, for sure. I do agree that like I do want the audience to lean more into the teen preteen and not really like a baby show. Because if I was going to make a baby show, it would be a completely different show. Like, I do not want Running Tacos to be a baby show. Like how, you know how like Baby Shark got so popular that it got its own TV show and stuff. Like, you post more art. I'll look forward to that. But yeah, I if I was gonna make a baby show, I would have made Running Tacos a lot more baby. But like, I really don't want it to go down that route of like, what's it called? Like how Baby Shark did, where Baby Shark got super popular because of a song, and then they made a whole show with it, which, you know, is totally fine to do. I understand why. That's the basis of how I think Raining Tacos would get even picked up as a show in the first place, by a studio that could afford it. But Baby Shark, what's it called? The show, I think I saw an episode. It just kind of turned into like baby slop from what I saw. That's just what I saw. I didn't watch the whole thing because obviously it's a baby show. The only baby show I think I've watched in recent years extensively is probably Bluey. So I can't really judge it too harshly. But I would much prefer the Rain Taco Show to not be slop.
More and more. You can see as I space this out, we have the planets looking just like that. We can adjust the size variation if we want as well. And as you can see, we can go in here and make all these changes just like we were before. So you can go in there and do all this. And once you're good, you can click OK. And just one more thing to note, anything that has 3 dots on your brush panel here indicates that it is in fact a multi-brush. So it has more than one image making up the brush. And you can see right here our planets are definitely doing that. So if we go ahead and click OK, I can come in here and start drawing. And let's just take this and adjust the stroke. And you can see here that we have planets.
Cool.
Or something that looks close to it. So go in here and we can keep drawing out. And we can adjust this however we see fit. But when it comes to creating brushes, those are the steps that you need to take.
Okay. Wow. Okay, the next one's the last one. At least of these official ones. That'll be the last one that I do on a live stream, that's for sure. We did it, guys. The last one. And then this one, I think, is going to be very important to me.
Layer comps are great for organizing as well as exporting out separate elements from the animation. Sometimes it's desirable to export a scene out using multiple exports. Exporting out, for instance, your character separately so they have a transparent background. And you could then implement that character, let's say, into After Effects with the other layer comps, rebuild the scene in After Effects, and then go in and add in your special effects that you want to add in through that application. And being able to separate out the layers and render those out and then reintegrate the layers essentially back into another application can be very useful.
I'm not sure what I'm gonna do after this last one. Let's see, what could I do? Because I mean, I am still not feeling great today, but I don't know, maybe I feel like playing a game might make me feel a little better. But at the same time, there's two things. One, I don't want to start a game and then like not know when I'm going to stream next, because then it's kind of like I don't know. Like if I'm going to start doing a game thing live, I'd kind of want to be consistent with it. And then the other thing is that Deltarune's coming out soon, and then that's the one for sure that I'll be live streaming because that's what I started streaming with. I went through like every chapter. So you know, it would make sense for me to continue in a live stream, but um I'll think about it. I'll think about it. I mean, I could also draw, but I also really like want to save my drawing energy because like not to bum everybody out, but I'm very like creatively at a low point. I have been for a while. So when I draw, it really takes um a lot of energy for me. So I typically like to save a lot of my drawing for when I'm doing like important work at the moment. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I really don't know what I'm doing today other than doing this, and then I was going to work on some other stuff that I have to prep for next month. Surprisingly, you're not the first person to ask me that, Jacoby. Ice usually comes in here, or at least when he first came in, like months ago, he was asking for that because I think he really likes that Bambi or whatever you're talking about.
Useful for a wide case of reasons. So here, we're just going to demonstrate some of the basics of layer comps to get you started.
Yes.
So here we have our scene in the forest, and we have Kusi sitting on the log, and Let's say for whatever reason, we want the ability to export out or isolate Kusi on the timeline, so that way it's easy to access her at any point and isolate that rig.
Okay.
What we can do is come over here to the layers panel and hide everything we don't want in this layer comp. So we only want Kusi. Now, if we go up here to layer comps, we can choose to create a new one. And here we could name this one Kusi and then hit enter. Now, let's say we want to add in another layer. So we go to the forest scene here. Let's hide Kusi and bring things in. And we'll just do a couple more here. So I'm going to hide the OL plants as well as trees and the background. And let's just say for whatever reason, I just want the ground here to be the next layer comp. So I'm just going to come up here and create a new layer comp. And we can name this one ground and then hit OK. And then let's do a couple more. So we'll do the background and we'll just add in those background trees for this as well. So new layer comp, I can name this one BG, click OK. And then for OL plants, I can just make a new layer comp and I'll name this one FG plants or foreground plants. And then click OK. So now, as you're going through your animation, let's say at one point you're like, I really need to work on the Kusi layer. I need to animate her. I need to do something with her. And I want to isolate everything else just so it's easier. I don't want to get those foreground trees in the way or whatever the case is. You could simply come over here to your layer comps and come down to expose layer comp and then choose Kusi. And you'll see it hides everything else just like we had it set up when we created the comp.
I like that.
And we just have access to her now, making work
I
easier.
love you
We
too.
can focus on her, do our animation, and then perhaps we're like, well, now I just want to focus on the background. Well, go to Expose Layer Comp and choose BG, and now we can work on those two layers with the trees and the background image. And then you could go from there to another one. Perhaps you just want to work on the ground. Now we have that ground layer ready to go. So in addition to being able to expose, we can come over here and we can also update a layer comp. So let's say when you're working on this, you don't want the background plants after working on the ground layer comp. You're like, you know, those background plants shouldn't be in there. I actually just want the ground only. Well, we can come over here and let's go to the ground and we can remove the plants just like this. So this is going to be the ground. Come over here to layer comps, choose to update layer comp, and then we can choose to pick ground from the list.
Okay.
So now, if I come back here and I just expose Kusi, we can see her, and then I want to work on the ground. With my newly updated layer comp, I can choose ground, and you can see that those trees that I had included in there are no longer included because we went in and updated that comp. So coming back here to this menu, you can also, if you wish, rename a layer comp. So if, for instance, after you've changed one, maybe you want to come in here and rename this to ground and log and hit OK. So now if we go back here and choose to expose, you can see here we can have ground and log now on that list as the new name. Now exposing a layer comp will simply bring up that layer comp and nothing else. But if you want to see more than just that layer comp, perhaps you want to expose more than one, you can choose a show. So we're exposing the background, and now we're going to go in and show the ground and log as well. So you can see now we have the background as well as the ground.
Okay.
And coming over here once again, we could choose to hide a layer comp. So maybe now you just want the background. You can choose to hide that ground and log, and now we're just viewing that. And you can also choose if you want to see all the layers at once, or if you want to hide all your layers at once. We can also expose comps on the timeline. So if we come in here, we can expose the ground and log, and now we have access to that. You can see that it is just choosing with these check marks here, those particular assets that were involved in that comp. Showing a layer comp is the same thing. You'll be able to see more than one if you choose this option on the timeline. And you can also choose if you want to turn off the visibility of a certain object on the timeline. And finally, you can delete any of the comps that you see fit. Now, this is also useful when you want to go in and export out, because as
Yes.
I said before, if you want to just export out the character separately, the background separately, the trees separately, and then do something else in, let's say, another piece of software, you can easily do that. And once you have your comps set up, you want to make sure you save your work and then come over here to File.
Oh, do I know Neil Cicierega? Know of? Oh, you know it. He is one of my favorite people on the planet.
And let's go to Moho Exporter. So here, when we save it and bring up the Moho Exporter, you can see that it brings in the file automatically. And we could go in and hit the settings and adjust where we want to export this to and all that. But the main thing here to keep in mind is if you want to separate out your layer comps, you're going to want to come up to this option next to the wrench, Split Selected Item by Layer Comp. And here, you'll see now, it has the same project name and everything except for the layer comp at the end. So what you would actually do here is export out 4 separate sequences, each containing only the layer comp that you have specified. And they're all going to go to 240 frames unless if you also specify. So you'll essentially be rendering out this timeline 4 times, but just including the different layer comps that you've set up. Finally, you do have access to other options with your layer comps, very similar to how you have them accessed right here on your layers panel. But if you come up here to Window and then choose Layer Comps or Control-Alt-J, you'll see that we have a new window that comes up, allowing us to view them very easily or to disable them if we want. And we also have similar options down here compared to where we had on the Layers panel, such as being able to add a new layer comp. So whatever is visible right now, you can go in and just make that a layer comp and name it and do that. You can choose if you want to update a selected layer comp. So perhaps you make a change, such as the visibility to a layer. You can go in and update that. You can remove layer comps. You can expose the visibility in the timeline. And basically anything that you could do over here, you can do here. You just might find it easier to access the comps on this panel versus always having to go in through that drop-down menu on the layers panel. But as you can see, it's all here. In the event, you find this easier.
Wow, there it is. I've definitely learned so much. I'm pretty confident I can use the program. TVH. I still definitely need to think of a way to test it out. Let's see. What could I for lumping do? A little burnt out now with this program, just for now. Now I've got all the knowledge in my brain. Now I'm like, okay, go away. Yeah, I'll come back to you later. But what am I gonna do instead? Because I'm completely honest, do not want to draw right now. I do not want to draw. Hmm. My brain really, if I am being honest, I want to play Star Control. I want to play Star Control 2. I've already played through it for the most part. I got to kind of the end and I got stuck. I didn't do my playthrough very well. And then I downloaded a version that is a bit prettier to look at to like replay the game. You know, yeah, whatever. I'll just, I'm gonna play Star Control. I don't care. I don't really care. You guys are gonna watch me play it. Instead of playing Spore, I'm playing Star Control. How about them apples? All right, let me get this set up. All right, I think we turn it down a little, and then turn it up in the OBS.
Captain?
Oh! Why is that so dang loud?
Captain?
Positional audio. I have to reload it? Alright, hold up. Oh, it's already reloaded. Cool. Alright. So if you don't know what Star Control is, you can watch this intro. Watch the intro. This game is awesome. It's also called the Urquan Masters, but, you know, I'm going to call Star Control 2. There were many great battles. Earth and her partners in the Alliance of the Free Stars, I'm going to say that's like a nerd, against the evil Urquan in their hierarchy of battle thralls. Dude, it's crazy. This game is crazy. And the Urquan are winning this war. There's a war, bro. Meanwhile, at the edge of the of everything that we know, we discovered something on an alien planet. Humans found this underground city, guys. And they just knew it was from the precursors, which is like an amazing race that's just gone from like thousands of years ago. And then the Urquan, the big baddies, they made everyone stuck here. The people who found this. So they're stuck on this planet with this technology for like 20 years. I think it's 20 years. And while they're waiting, they never got any sort of rescue coming. And you'll find out why. Yeah, so 20 years have passed, they've been stuck on this planet. And they've been researching the planet. And then they find out that what they found was this city was like a factory for making, guess what? Starships. Oh yeah. And then so you basically get the starship and you go home to see what happened after this war. To see what happened while you're stuck on this planet. So yeah, there's enough to go home to Earth, but you don't know what you're expecting when you come home to Earth, because you were losing the war against the big old Urquan. Yes, we must go. Yes, we must return to Earth and find out what happened. Yes, we go through hyperspace and we show up in our solar system to find out what's happened over the years being stuck on this planet. Yes, and we have to see about the war, guys. What's going on with the war? Here we go. Alright. I will be Captain Boone. Hold up. Excuse-moi. Oh, here we go. Alright, I'm Captain Boone. Hold up, I lost my chat. There. Captain Boone. What should we name the ship, guys? What should we name my ancient precursor ship that's brought me home? Wait. I could call it the Timmy Taco. But that would be silly. The Bout. The Bout? Hello. Let's see. I'll just call it the Taco. How about that, guys? I'm gonna call my ship the Mighty Taco. Or I'll call it the Mighty... Oh, I can't. It's too long. Can I just do the Taco? Yes. I'll be flying the Taco, guys. Alright. Let's get going. We must see what's happening on Earth, guys. Earth is the blue one. The closer blue one, not the one up in the corner. This one. What the heck?
Attention, interloper. Heed this recorded message. This drone vessel speaks with the voice and authority of Urquan. You are trespassing within Urquan space. This world, Earth, may not be approached for any reason, nor will hostilities against our orbital platform be tolerated. In addition, your ship does not respond to standard hierarchy identification.
It's true, this is what happens when Churros in space and Guacamole Tsunami.
Therefore deemed to be independent. This is not permissible.
Oh no.
Only subservience shall be tolerated. This drone now leaves to inform Urquan of your transgressions.
Oh no.
You are commanded to remain here and await the arrival of the Urquan.
No. I'm so scared.
Disobedience will be punished.
No. Guys, I'm so scared. Oh no. Guys, what is wrong with Earth? No! It cannot be! There's a protective shield over Earth. I can't scan it. I can't get through. Wait, I must go to this space station.
Attention unidentified space vessel. I am Starbase Commander Hayes of the slave planet Earth. Our hyperwave
Slave
broadcast
planet?
is extremely weak. Situation critical. Energy cores exhausted. Scanners and deep radar are non-functional. We cannot identify your vessel. Are you the scheduled hierarchy resupply ship? Repeat, are you the resupply vessel?
No. I am on, yeah, what slave planet? What is going on?
Look, I don't know who you are or why you're here, but right now the only thing I'm worried about is saving the lives of 1,900 men and women aboard this starbase, and right now you're our only hope. I can't keep the transmitter on too much longer. We need the power for heat and air. So if you don't have any radioactives on board your vessel, please get some and bring them back here before it's too late.
Okay, don't worry, I'll do that.
Thanks. I'll make sure to mention this the next time I talk with our masters. I'm sure they will reward you.
Your masters? I don't like the sound of that, guys. Well, I'm gonna go to Mercury and get some radioactives that they need. Yeah, so at the beginning of this game, my ship is slow as heck. So you just gotta bear with me here. Just gotta bear with me. I'm going to Mercury. So Mercury has got the radioactives that I need. Mercury. Hold on, let me save this real quick. Alright. Scan. Look at all that. Look at all that crud. So there's some tectonics here, as you can see. Meaning there's earthquakes. I gotta avoid the earthquakes. So let's go. I want that red crud. Red crud's more rare. Give me that uranium. Nom, 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 nom. Mercury is hot. Oh, I'm full. Wait. I'm gonna go one more time. I'm gonna grab a little bit more, guys. Sulfur, silver, and whatever this is. Copper. Ooh, I can get a little bit more. Okay. Now let's go save the people of Earth. In my slow spaceship. Don't worry, I can upgrade it to be faster. Ooh. I forgot how slow you are at the beginning of this. Oh no. Don't worry, Hayes. I will get you your stuff.
Did you find any radioactive elements for our power cores?
I did. Here you
We're
go.
initiating transfer of radioactives, Captain. Now, as soon as our engineers can refit the energy cores, that's much better. Power ratings are climbing. Life support is coming back into the green. Deep radar systems and sensors are now online, and I can scan your vessel. What the hell kind of ship is that? Just who are you, Captain?
I am Captain Boone. I'm a starship called the Taco. We're the survivors from that other planet.
Star Control science mission, huh? Captain, I served as a Star Control officer during the war aboard several cruisers in the Corward Front. And if there'd been any scientific mission to Vela, I would have heard about it.
Well, it was a secret.
You know, come to think of it, there were some rumors that Corridor 9, the Special Operations Division of Star Control, was directing some hush-hush operation near Androsynth Space. The Vela Star System.
A snail.
Yes, that would be the right direction. So, Captain, if you say it's true, how do you explain that huge alien starship you're flying?
The precursors.
Why are you here? What do you want from us?
I'm gonna save the Earth and help you fight the Urquan.
Fight the Urquan. Win back our freedom. I remember having such thoughts myself once, long time ago. That was in the first years after the defeat, when it was still terrifying to look up and see the bloody glow of the pulsating slave shield overhead. So day and night we gazed up at the impenetrable wall as though the sheer power of our hatred would pull it down. But over the years I spent so much of my time struggling, down on the surface, under the shield, and then later up here trying to keep the station alive, that I'd forgotten what it means to be free, to hate our Urquan masters. And now here you are, in an alien ship of unknown power, offering me your assistance to fight against the hierarchy again after all these years. Captain, your offer is intriguing. It's tempting to think that with your advanced precursor technology, we can somehow crack the Earth's slave shield and reassemble
Maybe
the Alliance
it's the same.
to attack the
I'm not
hierarchy.
sure what the guy's name
This
is.
time, win the damn war.
Yeah.
Consider the consequences if you should fail.
What?
The Urquan won't just punish us here on the station. They'll exact a gruesome retribution on the surface below
It's
as well.
true. They will.
Before I commit this station to helping you attack the Urquan and accepting the risk of annihilation if we are defeated, I have to make sure that you and your ship have what it takes to oppose the hierarchy.
We do.
I'll make you a deal. If you can eliminate the alien base on the moon and get rid of that threat at least, I will seriously consider your offer.
I'll do that.
Be careful, Captain. There are probably a dozen Spathi eluders and Ilrath Avengers down there on the lunar surface. I don't know why they haven't come after you yet, but when they do, you'd better have your weapons armed and your thrusters burning hot.
I will. Alright, guys, we're going to the dang moon. We're going to the moon. Don't worry, this game gets a little bit silly here soon. It's very serious at the beginning because it is quite serious, but at the same time, there's a reason I like this game. Trust. You gotta trust me. Ooh, there is alive things here, but I need to go here though. Ah, Smokies! 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 Alright. Smokies! Alright. We're reporting. What the heck? Guys. This base is empty. There's no one watching Earth. What in the world? What is this? There's just robots. Robots here that aren't doing anything. Except being blown up by me. Alright, I gotta go report this. There's nothing happening here. One Sekaroo, guys. I would like to change the audio just a little bit. Just a little bit. Alright, here we go. Alright. Now, guys, let's let Earth know that no one's watching. No one's here.
Have you dealt with the base yet? I'll be darned. All these years we've been listening to their incoherent broadcast, and we never even guessed. Captain, listen closely. Long-range sensors show a ship closing on this station fast. Our computer identifies it as Ilrath, Avenger class.
I don't like Ilrath.
I think you've got a fight on your hands, Captain. Your best bet is to wait until you have point-blank range. Captain, it's jamming our signal.
Oh no, guys. Uh-oh.
By the fetid breath of the Dark Twin Kazon, a human and an alien starship. How fascinating. When I intercepted that Urquan drone and learned that an unidentified starship had approached Earth, I never expected to find such a remarkable vehicle in the hands of a human. Humans are prey animals, weak and helpless. But here is a human in an armed starship, and therefore in direct violation of the oath of fealty.
No.
I am sure our masters, the Urquan, will punish Earth most severely for this treachery.
Not if I blow you up.
I present them with the twisted wreckage of your ship and your many charred corpses.
Alright, let's see. Alright, I'm gonna say Surrender or you'll be annihilated.
Fool! As alien as your ship may be, our sensors reveal how few weapons you have on board. Though this vessel is undercrewed and our cloak of darkness is non-functional, we still have more than enough power to kill you all.
Even though we're really weak right now because of our tutorial. Alright. Alright. Kaboom! Oh no, they got us. No! Alright. I gotta fight them with my main vessel. The Taco. Get over here. Got him.
What a beautiful sight, Captain. I haven't seen an Avenger blown away like that since the battle in Draco. I guess you've shown that you can handle yourself in battle, Captain. So my last reservation about helping you has been dissolved. I will commit this station to helping free Earth and defeat the Urquan. We may get our atoms rearranged in the process, but by God, Captain, we're going to try. So the obvious first step is to get the precursor equipment and software over here so that we can make it work with our ship repair fabricators.
Heck yeah.
But then what, Captain?
Then we're going to kick some alien butt.
Yes, Captain. We'll do just that. By the way, Captain, I think we need a name for this new alliance we're going to forge. And since it was your idea, it's only fair that you get the honor of naming it. So, what will it be?
The Empire of Boone. The Empire of Boone.
Well, you're the one with the big starship. So be it. Now, Captain, I expect the configuration process for the starbase to take at least 2 weeks, so let's get to work. I have good news to report, Captain. We have successfully integrated the precursor technology from your ship into our fabricator system, and as you can see, we've already begun minor repairs on your ship, patching up some of the micrometeorite holes. We noticed that your ship does not have an emergency warp escape unit, so our engineers rigged up some for you and each of your escorts. Now, you should be able to escape from a bad situation with the touch of a button. But there is a cost, however. The unit gulps up 5 fuel units each time your precursor ship uses it.
I know that.
Also, we now have a limited capacity to make modifications to your ship, to refine starship fuel, to build additional combat ships, and to train new members of your crew for the flagship and any ships you acquire for your fleet. Captain, I know you're eager to get to work, so I'll be brief. If you have any questions how this starbase works, what resources we need, or just some background information on the galaxy, don't hesitate to ask.
Don't worry, guys. I already know most of this crud.
The more minerals you bring us, Captain, the faster we'll be able to tackle the Urquan. Return soon, Captain.
All right. Let's see. I don't know if I want one of these, but I might need to. They might save my butt. So yeah, I'll do one of these. Alright. Alright, for now, let me upgrade. I need some fuel. Ooh, I'm dancing. Vocal, I will look at your art soon. But for now, I need to add. What will I add? Another storage bay or a fuel tank. No, I'm gonna add more speed for now because I do not Like how slow I am. Alright. Alright, I've got to get me some minerals, guys. Let's flump and go. Start with the moon again. No, I don't want to look at Earth. It's scary and red. I'm gonna probably go here and back to, what's it called? Mercury. No, I've already scanned. Dispatch me right there. I love how it goes. Gimme, gimme. Okay, whatever. And then I'm gonna go to dang Mercury again. I should be a little faster now. Kind of not really noticeable, but yeah, I am faster. It's on YouTube. Well, hold on. Let me get, see how much faster I was? Let me get these minerals and then I'll look at your video about though. Just gotta grab these dang old minerals. Planet's hot as heck. Oh no, I got hit by an earthquake. Alright, got it all. Alright, let me... Give me a sec. Alright, hold up. You said it's on your channel or what? Oh my god. It's true. He's truly made. He's made Timmy Taco and Go Animate, guys. Holy Toledo. Whoa. It's 18.
Timmy Taco, you're grounded for 14923923924923924 years and fuck you laughing out loud.
No, he killed him. He killed him. I gotta cry. I can't believe this. He dang killed him. I can't believe this. Text your moms this. Alright, back to Earth. Can you go any slower? I just want to get my boosters. Whoa! Whoa! Yeah, it's hard to control this a little bit too. Come on! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, okay, okay. Yes, there. No! I missed it again. Ah! Here. Here, this time. Yes. just need more fuel. Oh, wait.
Hello, Captain. Light load this time, Captain.
Yeah, I know.
Bring back lot.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to get some dang fuel, okay? And maybe a... No, that costs too much. 500, yeah, never mind. Okay. Alright. We're gonna go outside the solar system, guys. Holy crap. You wanna see how big this game is? Like letting you know, this game's like... Obviously the graphics are a bit updated because people have modded it, but this game is like... Almost... It's over 30 years old. But look how massive it is. So this is the Earth solar system. It's just one solar system. I'm right here. This little tiny star here is our solar system. All these are all other solar systems in this game. It's massive. But those spider creatures all live here, so I'm gonna stay away from there. I'm gonna go here. Have it do auto. Whoa. Excuse me. Why am I just sitting here? I want to go here, please. There's only one planet here. Lame. Just wait till you guys see the Bakunk. They're funny. Alright, what is here? Ooh. That is a tough place. This one might be a bit too tough. Might be a little too tough, guys. It's a lot of fuel to be here. Alright, I'm gonna go for it. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Okay. No, I cannot go here. Just reload the save and get the crud out of here. What happened to Moho learning? I learned it all. I didn't learn it all. I finished the tutorial series. Alright. Yes, I'm gonna go here next. You can only really go to the close places first, guys. Alright, this place has two planets. Hopefully, I'll be able to go on these ones. Let's see. Wait, also, I just realized my guy is not on screen in my Cleffa. There, more visual. Alright. Let's scan. Alright, weather, a little tough. Tectonic's pretty tough. Temperature, it's not hot. I think I'll be able to do this one. Let's go for it. Whoa. No! Okay. That was a tough one. I'm not gonna attempt the rest of those. I'm gonna go to the other planet. Yeah, don't do the AI stuff, Voco. It'll melt your brain. At least you're not doing ChatGPT. Don't touch that. Don't touch the... As helpful as you think it is, it's bad for your brain, I can assure you. You will regret touching AI later in your life. Ooh. I might be able... Okay, yeah. This one seems a lot easier, guys. Let's go for it. Yeah, not much fuel. Yeah, I'm getting everything here. I'm going for it. Dang, there's like nothing here. What in the heck? I can get everything in one scoop. That makes this... Yeah, one. Can I see your Twisted Timmy post? Sure. Hold on. Hold the flopping phone. Is Rainy Taco's roleplay server good? I don't know. I don't know about a roleplay server. The other server that's Rainy Taco's related, it's not a roleplay server, by the way. It's just a Rainy Taco's, like, you know. Twisted Timmy Taco. Whoa, that's scary. What the heck, guys? Hold on. Warning. Warning to the young fans here. This is scary. Wow. I'm actually terrified right now. His eyes are red. They're red and terrifyingly scary, and he's covered in black goo. He eated too many ink. You can say that again, Voco. That is so terrifyingly scary. One sec. Okay. Alright, I got everything here. Now, I got enough fuel to keep going. Let's see, I'm gonna go talk to my favorite people. I'm curious what they look like with this mod on, because I don't like what they did to the human guy. He looks kind of ugly now, but hopefully the Melgnome do not look scary or weird. I hope they continue to look funny. Imagine if Homestar Runner said, "This is so freaking epic." Alright guys, you're about to meet the Melgnome. Get ready.
I am Trademaster Greenish, in command of the Melgnome starship
inevitably successful in all circumstances. I bid you a formal welcome, Captain. Though we Malnorme have just recently arrived in this region of space, we have long desired to make contact with your species and look forward to an extended, profitable relationship. Even before our first meeting we knew of you, Captain, though your struggle to free Earth shall be a long and difficult challenge, fraught with great danger and mystery. We have great confidence in you and your abilities.
Yeah, how did you know about me?
We gather information from 1,000 secret sources in space and time. Our charge for revealing even one of these sources would be so high that your species would be in debt to us for centuries.
Whoa.
Absolutely. Our primary trade good is information. Why, right here on my display screen, I have something which I am certain would be of incalculable value to you. We can discuss the details of this very significant information later, when we have established normal trading procedures.
Yeah, they like
at which
special
time we
things.
shall also discuss the nature of our fees. You are, of course, correct. We have long ago abandoned currency, and now only deal with commodities that have intrinsic value, such as valuable information. No, it is not. In fact, in our culture, giving, with no fair exchange of goods or services, is considered vulgar and
They're
inappropriate.
extremely capitalistic.
Please, do not mention the subject
Even
again.
even though they're capitalists without money, that's kind of nuts.
Our origins and purposes are, frankly, mysterious, and due to several unavoidable factors, we are unable to discuss ourselves in any great detail. Yes, let us get down to business. Since this is your first time trading with us, let me explain how our system works. We are interested in purchasing certain items, specifically biological data on alien life forms.
Yeah,
and the
I think
coordinates
the
of
voice is a
certain
little different than the
strange
original.
worlds whose radiant energies defy all scanners, producing a rainbow-like image. In exchange, we have many interesting and valuable commodities, such as fuel compatible with your starship's hyperdrive thrusters, technological specifications allowing you to build new modules for your ship, and protective systems to shield your planet landers from hostile surface conditions, as well as many important secrets which may help you in your travels. To facilitate trade, we
Yes.
translate all your sales into Interstar credits, with which you may make purchases. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Now, what can we do for you today?
I don't think I got anything to sell yet.
It has been a pleasure dealing with you, Captain. We look forward to your next visit.
Have I heard of Baldi's Basics? I think so, but also not really. All right, let's see this planet. I've only seen the character. I don't really know what he's from. Like, I don't know if it's a video game or a series. That is just a gas planet. Can't go and do nothing with no dang gas planets. No, no, no. What about this green one? Yay! I wish the Spore space stage was a lot more similar to this. But, You know, I like a lot of people hate the Spore space stage, but I like it. I like it for what it was, but it could have taken aspects from this game, which was like almost 10-ish years older than it was at the time. Whoa, it's got a pink, a purple. All right, if I save, I might be able to grab that, guys. Oh my god. Oh, jeez. Damn it. Alright, that didn't work. I'm gonna try that again. I'm gonna try to land maybe right on top of it. And then I'll try to leave, like, immediately. Yeah. Ha 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 ha. He could secretly own a warehouse in Sydney where he keeps kangaroos. No! Ooh. This planet's got an orbit. Yeah, I forgot Centauri is very, very big. Ooh! Ooh. That's gonna be another tough one. The weather and the temperature is really high. I don't think I can use... Yeah, I can't touch this one. What about this one? Temperature's still really high, the weather is still pretty... I could maybe attempt this one. Ooh, I got something. Save before. I'm a save hound with this game. Nope. Yep. See, exactly. That's exactly why I saved. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna get out of here. You're Australian. I like me some Australians, they're cool. I like cold ones, they're one of my favorite YouTubers to watch. Me and my girlfriend are always like, yes, new cold ones! Usually when they make a new one. Whoa! Holy... That's so much paint. What the heck? Hold on. How much? It takes 1 fuel to land here. I'll go for it. I'm gonna go for it. Oh! Let me just grab a couples. Just a couple. Dang it, I didn't save. Ooh. Ooh. I do, yes. I am gonna be rich, guys. Holy crap. This is gonna be so worth it. This is gonna be so worth it. Alright. That's all I'm gonna do on that one. Alright, I'm going to send my guy back to Earth. Earth is right here. Gold. And I'll just let it go. What do you mean you never expected that? What is that supposed to mean? Earth, I'm home. Ready for some minerals? Well, you better be. Still, that's still the same question there, Doritos. What is that supposed to mean? I've had multiple relationships. I'm almost 30.
Greetings, Captain. I'm ready to assist you. I know you're busy, but I've got some news.
Oh, yeah?
Our deep space monitoring team has detected faint alien signals coming from Uranus or somewhere in that general direction.
Oh.
The emanations are definitely being generated from within the solar system and could represent the presence of a hierarchy spy.
I'll check it out. I have a feeling it's someone on Pluto. Do I have a job? It's making music videos. But, you know, I might get a regular one next year or something. Oh, yeah.
Excellent work, Captain.
That is so much
Be careful out.
Yeah, I want one of those, one of these, and then one of those. Yes, please. And then one more thing to make me faster. Yes, please. And then fuel. I also need brew. And it's still a low amount of crew. Crew is kind of like your health in this game. So, yeah. All right. It wants me to go to Uranus, but it's actually they want me to go to Pluto. Alright guys, I'm going to Pluto because they detected something there. Who could it be? Who could be in Pluto? It's that purple planet right there. Who's on Pluto? Who? There's a dang spy on Pluto. No, not Uranus. Not going to Uranus, I'm going to Pluto. I'm going to Pluto. Which, surprisingly, will have someone who sounds like this there. Like, unironically. Check this out, guys. I love these guys. One sec. Let me grab this, though, first. Grab that. And we save. Yeah, I've said some pretty wild things. You're definitely right about that. Alright. Let's meet the Spathy, guys. Ah, they killed my crew, dang it. No! Dang it, I just bought those.
Attention, a big, mean, hostile alien vessel hovering overhead in an obvious attack posture. This is Spotty, Captain Whiffle. I know you are going to torture me, so let's just get this over with right now. The coordinates of my homeworld, Spottywa, are 241.6 by
Hello.
368.7, and the ultra-secret Spotty Cipher, which is known only by me and several billion other Spotty, is Happy Muffy Duffy. Sorry about that little mistake with your landing vehicle.
You killed some of my people.
I was so startled when it approached my vessel in a threatening manner that my automated defense systems fired on it when it got too close. I hope nobody got hurt.
You killed a few people.
Of course. As I said, I am Captain Photo of the Spotty Lordship Star Runner. Our sensors have tracked your entry into the system, which you are no doubt here to conquer. And while you are certainly welcome to do so, we would be greatly appreciative if you would please just go away and forget this star system ever existed. If you don't go, it will greatly complicate our master-slave relationship with the Urquan, who stationed us here to watch over the Earthlings.
Yeah, you're watching the Earthlings, huh? Alright, we'll forgive you for now.
Phew, thanks. For a minute there, I thought you were going to kill me.
Yeah, what are you doing on Pluto?
About 20 years ago, this region of space was dominated by a loose confederation known as the Alliance of Free Stars, which was composed of the aliens native to these parts who did not want to be enslaved. They made a valiant effort against the superior Urquan forces. It even looked like they might miraculously defeat the combined Urquan armada, right up to the point at which the Urquan totally defeated, indeed annihilated them.
Yeah, so what are you doing here? On Pluto.
When the Urquan armada entered the system to subjugate formerly the Earthlings, the Urquan presented the humans with the standard slave options. Join the hierarchy as combat roles and retain some autonomy, including the right to travel through space, or become a fellow species and return to pre-atomic savagery on the surface of their homeworld, encased for all time beneath an impenetrable force shield. The humans chose the latter option, and so were swiftly imprisoned on the surface of Earth. But the Urquan didn't trust them to obey the restrictions, so they chose a small group of hierarchy combat starships from the Inlet and Spartan fleets to create the so-called Earth Guard and station them at a base on Earth's moon.
So, essentially, when Urquans were battling everyone in the universe to enslave everyone, this is another Urquan, by the way. This is a Spathy. Spathys are like little cowardy little snail creatures. But the Urquan, they go to these planets, they fight them until, they're almost dead, and they give them the choice of either joining the Urquan to continue enslaving, or to be a slave planet, and you can't escape. So Earth went, we ain't joining you, so they became a slave planet. And the Spathy, these guys, and those spider creatures I saw earlier are the ones in charge of watching over Earth, but they're not doing a very good job. Because this guy is the only Spathy left over here on Pluto. And the Eelrath just don't care. Yeah, what is he doing on
Originally,
Pluto?
we were stationed on Earth's moon, which made us happy a bit uneasy because with each passing day we grew more and more worried about the sneaky Earthlings making a surprise attack. But the Illrat kept telling us that it was impossible since the Earthlings had no ships or weapons whatsoever. That made us feel a bit better, but when the Illrat left, again we grew fearful and decided to make a strategic redeployment to Mars. Later on we decided it would be prudent to relocate to Jupiter's moon, Ganymede, then later Saturn's moon, Titan, and finally here to Pluto.
Yeah, they're like slowly skulking away because they just don't want to get hurt. But how come there's only one of you? Yeah, what happened at Illrat?
The Illrat contingent were supposed to be the toughest ridge crest, the most rigid flipper, yes, the backbone of the Earth Guard force. But they departed the system en masse not long after the last Earthbound dreadnought vanished from this region of space. They claimed to have received a direct order from their gods of evil and darkness, who had grown dissatisfied with the Illrat's passivity and wanted them to kill or at least torture someone soon. Personally, I believe they just got bored and went off to have some fun.
It's true. Yes, it is not Moho. I am done with Moho for today. Yeah, what happened to that moon base?
We decided that if the Earthlings figured out we had abandoned the base on Luna, they would be more likely to try something sneaky. So, we rigged up some old service androids and ordered them to drive around on the lunar surface in bulldozers, endlessly pushing around the same piles of dirt. In addition, we connected the base's local radio transmitter to an audio malnorme fun rum called Winky's Happy Night, hoping they would think we were still there.
So yeah. We're the Urquan.
Our masters don't really keep us very well informed about their goings-on, so that all we know is that immediately after the subjugation of the last Alliance race, the Hut, I think, the Urquan gathered their dreadnoughts and departed for the edge of the galaxy, commanding us to obey the slave laws or face their wrath when they returned.
This is Star Control 2. Or the Urquan Masters. Let's see. Yeah, what happened to the other Spaffy, huh?
Over the past years, it became necessary to redeploy strategically some of our Earth-Guard forces to our homeworld in case of a sudden surprise attack by a vicious, unrelenting alien race which we Spaffy call the Ultimate Evil!
The Ultimate Evil? What is that?
As yet, the Ultimate Evil remains largely unmanifest, and its powers and exact intentions are still a bit obscure, since it lurks just outside the range of even the most sensitive long-range detectors, which we feel gives conclusive evidence as to the Ultimate Evil's nefarious intent.
So why is Captain Whippo still here?
Since it was our most powerful and unforgiving masters, the Urquan, who stationed us here, we knew it would be grossly stupid to disobey them completely, but we decided it would be okay to send just one ship home. We used one of our most ancient and solemn rituals, Boon Taffy, to pick the lucky ship. Then, several months later, we decided that it wouldn't really hurt if we sent one more ship home. And then later we sent another, and then another. Well, you get the idea.
Well, you can make them work
Alas,
going that way.
as fate would have it, when the final ritual was performed, I, Barriffo, was left here alone. For as even the most immature in wrestling knows, there must always be one spotter who picks the short top stick.
Shut the heck up. Okay. It is more than just my head. I am just peeking over here. And so is Mary. The ultimate. I knew Kenzie. I knew you'd like that. The ultimate evil. All right. Let's see. Yeah, join us, Whiffo.
Well, I really want to, but I am just not sure that under the present circumstances, joining you in your exciting and also dangerous space adventures would be the best course of action right now, because the Orquan could return at any minute, and the punishment they would bestow on me for such treason would make any other horrible death seem like big fun by comparison. Thanks for the offer, though.
No, I don't want to kill him because he can. This guy can actually join your fleet. The whole point of this game is to try to make allies to fight the Urquan. These guys are little like mean guys. Well, they're not mean, but they're just kind of like annoying. But they're kind of like the first people you meet with, other than the the evil spider people. Okay, how many crew? When does the Ilrat come? When's the spider people coming back?
Well, when they were pushing up into hyperspace 18 years ago, we asked them that very question, and I think they said something to the effect of,
Real soon.
Well, that was 18 years ago, bro. How many crew do you have?
dozens, that is to say scores, and perhaps even hundreds of my brethren stride through the corridors of this specially modified, super efficient, mass destruction-oriented starship, which could lay siege to an entire planetary system should we choose to do so, which, fortunately for you, we have decided not to do today.
Hundreds? I don't believe him, guys.
I am undone. You are far too clever for a poor spotty like me, and now I must submit to your superior alien intellect. I guess I am not revealing any truly important secrets if I tell you that each of my species' Eluder-class void ships typically holds 30 spotty crewmen, though at present my vessel, the Star Runner, is not up to full complement, due to the needs of my homeworld in their resistance against the ultimate evil. And in fact, my vessel is somewhat understaffed right now, seeing as how I am the only spotter on board, which is a bit frightening, as I am sure you can understand.
He's the only one. Are you sure you just want to be here alone, bro?
How true, Captain, how true! In truth, just between us, during the past 7 years, I have been quite ill at ease, and yet now I find myself enjoying your company. This witty dialogue, and the presence of your huge, powerful, death-dealing starship, which, being my friend, you would certainly feel compelled to use in order to save me from any hostile life forms who threatened me with death. Happy days and jubilation! I discard all prejudice and hesitation and accept and celebrate your offer of protection and your
He's the only one.
To my well-being.
And he'll have my. I'll just let him be my slave now.
That any other spotty ships we meet at large in the galaxy are not going to be quite so responsive.
Yeah. Okay, he's on my crew now. It's just him. So now our little place is now Urquan free. I do need a couple more what's it called? I need some more currency. Okay, so the Spathies live up here. If I wanted to try to quell their ultimate evil. But that'll be a little later. I believe they are... Where are they at? They're not on Illuminati. I think, wait. Yeah, I think they're on Epsilon Bruce. Toggle maps. Whoa. okay. I see. This is the war map from before. So it's not like this anymore, but this is like how it was during the war. Here's all the constellations, and this is the known homeworld. Oh, cool! So this version, this modded version, lets me see. I was right. It's on Gruus. What's this one? Bela. Oh yeah, Bela is where I came from, and then Earth is here. But I already know that. All right, guys. I am good. Go to Alpha Wolf, or wherever that is. Yum. He's not going to attack me. It's just him. He's now a part of my fleet. Don't you worry. He'll most likely die anyways, protecting me. This game is about... Well, there is an ultimate evil called the Urquan. But, what the Spathy there was talking about is that his homeworld is dealing with something called an ultimate evil, which... When we get to his planet eventually, you'll see what the ultimate evil is, and you can take it out if you would like. Which it helps out because you want to have their... Like, you're trying to build up your alliance so that you can fight the Urquan. Because they're enslaving everyone! Alright, I might... Yeah, okay, I can fight... I can go to this world. Alright, yeah. Ooh. 1.2. Ow! Oh, jeez. Yeah, I can't be doing that. I have low crew right now. Crew is my health. So... Tell us about yourself. How am I doing? I'm doing decently. I've just moved into a new place past few months, and I'm trying to scrape by. My girlfriend's trying to get work, you know, so really scraping with money for now, but we'll make it. We'll make it. There are more planets here. I only got 8 crew. I gotta be careful. But, yeah, I'm working on music videos. Next month, I'll be busy. I'll try to stream next month, but we'll see. I'm definitely gonna I want to play Deltarune here eventually, but I will, once I start like really working on my next music video, I'll be doing that live as well. So, you know, we'll have some fun times. We'll have some game times, we'll have some draw times. We're gonna have some, it's gonna be like how it was when I first started streaming, alright? I can promise you that. Uh-oh. I only have 4 people left. Yikes. Alright. Let's see if I can at least drop off these minerals. And get some dang crew. What happens when I die? I'm pretty sure it's just game over. And you go back to your previous save. Yes, this does look like this. One reason I like this game is that this... Honestly, I would love to make a game just like this, but with the space nachos. Where it's mostly just dialogue, talking with other things, and collecting mineral... maybe not collecting minerals, maybe you can collect ingredients instead. And then you can help fight the overall universe. Like, I think that would be fun. I think that would be a cool way to explore the space nachos if that part doesn't become a show. Because I would like the space nachos to be kind of part of the Raining Tacos show, but you know, obviously, things could go other ways. This would definitely be one way I would love to, what's it called? Explore the expanded space universe.
I am at your disposal, Captain.
Whoa, loud. Space universe in Rain Tacos.
Another small...
Yes, I know it's
Goodbye,
not,
Captain.
I know it's not a lot, bro. Still gotta go back and turn down people's talking in this Nespo show. Alright, let's get some health up in there. There we go. And then maybe some crew. Actually, let's see. Let's give the Spaffy guy some crew. So he doesn't die right away if I use him. There. Cool. What time is it? 4:20? Nice. Can I ask you to draw something? I can't really do requests at the moment, but I probably should draw a little bit here. I'm trying to think what I should draw, though. That would be productive. I do need to draw Perry and his band, so I can figure out the designs for the music video. Maybe I could do that. Would you guys be interested in that? Me drawing Perry Grip? Doing some fun drawings of Perry the Grip? Or forget, let me turn down the...
Captain?
Yes, there we go. Alright. Alright, let's try drawing some Perry the Grip. And his, band members. Let me open. Let me open. The Clip Studios. Woo! It is hot today. 82 degrees. Jeez. It's sweaty mode today. Excuse me. I can't show that. That'll be. I mean, that's not. It's more spoilers for someone in chat, but I'll just say that's a secret for now. Okay. All right, Barry, you gotta get off my little head here. What is this? What is that? Delete. Yeah, get rid of that. Barry, go back over here in the corner. Can't believe she still hasn't evolved. All right, and then music. Let me see. One sec, guys. Finding something to play. Nah. Hold chat. play a lemon theme song. I can't, or I'll get copyright stricken. Alright, let me do a little testy draw. So I have, like I mentioned before, I have been dealing with some issue with my tablet where I undo and it undoes twice. So if I did like this and this, sometimes I might undo both things. Alright, so let's start with a Perry grip, obviously, because he's the singer of Nerf Herder. Let's see. Here. Alright. Alright, here's some parries. Here's some parries. Here's him winning a dang Grammy, guys. No, not Grammy. It's an Emmy. It'd be awesome if you won a dang Grammy for his music. I mean, Emmy's great. Emmy's awesome. But alright. So we got a lot of parries here. He's always got a big old smile. He's so smiling that he's just like, he's always like this, guys. Perry's just like, he's always smiling to the point where he's just so happy. He's always so happy. He almost does like the closed eye kind of.
Hello.
Why does it look like he has a speaker voice? Oh, he kind of does. Kind of does have a speaker voice. Let's see. Now, being a caricature, doing a caricature, I have to accentuate features. So I'd say his ears are a little predominant. You know, he's always smiling and stuff, to the point where you can't even see his eyes. But I also got to add some appeal there too. I can't just like make it look exactly like them. I got to make it like a cartoon. So I got to simplify too. So should I even add his nose? Let me also do the Nerf Herder as well, so that I can see the other guys. So maybe I can find like the reoccurring theme. Nerf Herder. Yeah, so I've got to draw all four of them. Look at them. Bros think that they are Weezer. No, it was a no. I'm sorry, Moonlight. I will not be drawing or taking a drawing request. So Perry, just like I said, always got a big old smile on his face. So, you know. He's always got a big smile. He's definitely got a big old teethy grin if I'm going to be drawing this. Yeah, he's essentially raining tacos. Weezer. But I love Nerf Herder. Perry's man's awesome. Now here's the thing. I think when I draw his eyes, they're going to be really small. They're either going to be closed or small. Let me see. And the nose. He's got a kind of a pointy nose and his cheekies come out. Maybe he'll be like cheeky. Maybe he'll be cheeky. Maybe he'll be cheeky. This is sort of Perry's vibe. Is he's like, yeah. He wears glasses too. I don't know a lot of the photos, but he does wear big old nerd glasses too, like the rest of his bandmates. Yes, it's true. These are just scribbles. I'm just kind of like throwing some ideas out there. Like, you know, when you design, you got to really like try out the different, you know, things. The hair is kind of a tough one because Perry's got some foreheadage. And his hair kind of comes up from behind there. So I can't really be doing this. He probably needs to have some sort of like, it'd be kind of funny, but I could probably have his face like down here. And he's like this, maybe. Yeah, I could probably do something like that, where, because like obviously, you know, a lot of people got foreheads. I got a big forehead too, and you can tell with my character, I hide it a bit, but I got a pretty big forehead. But you know, they're like, obviously, I'm not going to be like drawing a guy like with big like shiny domer, because he doesn't have that. But you know, I still want to accentuate it. So maybe something like this one could work. Yeah, I might go more in this direction to see if I could do it. Yeah, definitely smiley, cheeky vibes with Perry. I'm not sure if I'll be doing noses in this one. Let's see. Will I? Maybe. Let me see what he looks like with little tiny eyes. Maybe. Alright, see you, Moonlight. Alright, there's some Perry scribbles. Alright, so definitely small eyes. Lower face for the forehead. Scribbly hair. Big smile. Jeez. Jeez. You posted a new clip of me. Alright. One sec. Let me save this real quick, and then I'm gonna start doing drawings of Nerf Herder numero dos, which is Steve. Alright. Is the Rainy Taco saga over? The saga is over, but Rainy Tacos it remains. Don't you worry. Don't you worry one little bit. Alright. Alright, Doritos. Let me see your movie. Okay. Okay. Of me changing my size. I mean, I've changed my little OBS on stream before. yeah, there's the director's cut coming out soon. I'm still working on that. The little in-between bits that I'm adding, the little nuggets of new stuff, taking a little bit longer to animate than I wanted to, but that's the nature of how I go about things. I have the ambitious idea, and I go for it, and it's a little bit more work than I anticipate. So, but that always, you know what? It's a bit of a flaw, but it's also a good thing because I always end up doing things that aren't, you know, like I end up doing things a lot better than I initially wanted them to be. Okay, Jacoby, I'll look at your things after this. Okay, it is more than just my head. I am just peeking over here. And so is Mary. This is true. Yeah. And then Jacoby, one sec. Let me see your OCs. Let's see the Jacoby OCs, guys. All right. There's Yellowella. I like that. And Pequina. Okay, guys. Jacoby's, this is Yellowella. 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 And then Pequina. The Pequina. Pequina. Yellowella. Pequina. Yellowella. Pequina. All right. Now, Steve Sherlock. All right, old folks. Here he is, guys. He has a beard right now. He has a beard right now. He's always pretty withdrawn. He's usually doesn't like the attention too much, but he is a wicked drummer. Here's Perry and him, you know, with Mr. Weird Owl. So let's see. Glasses, beard. Glasses, beard guy. He's also got some earage, just like Perry. Also got some earage. So earage and forehead as well. But he's got more of like an oval. Because like so if I'm working with a duo here, like Perry I'm drawing with a kind of a squishier head. Maybe Steve Sherlock can be longer to kind of like, you know, that's how kind of duos work, is that you kind of give them a little bit opposites. So Steve, I'm gonna give him like let's give him a beardy beard. And maybe his glasses. What's his nose? His nose-ish. He's got kind of a normal-looking nose. A little skinny. A little skinny. And then I said he had some earage, so maybe he could be like that. While Perry's gonna be like this. He's gonna be more like sullen in like, he's always sort of like in the background on the drums, like Like, is anyone looking at me? He's like, is anyone looking at me? Like, he's on his little drum kit. You know, little drum kit. He's like, is anyone looking at me? I hope not. I hope no one's looking at me. I don't think he's more like, yeah. Maybe he has more of like, maybe instead of more open eyes, he's a bit more like, let's see. Maybe he's a bit more like this. Sleepy. Anyone looking at me? Better not be. You made a new OC Dorito. Made a new OC. Let's see. No, I've been tricked. I've been tricked. That's funny. He made a new OC masterpiece, and it's nothing. And it's nothing. Alright, let me see. Yeah, Steve's always in the background. He's got kind of his eyebrows like behind his glasses here. Obviously these are extremes, like, you know, he's like one of Perry's best friends. You don't get to be Perry's best friend and be like an actually soul and withdrawn guy. But he's more private. He likes to keep to himself. Which is understandable. You know, so I'm always gonna have him kinda, let's see. He's gonna have his mouth kinda down here all the time. How does he stand usually? Yeah, hands in his pocket. Makes sense. You're like, yeah, whatever, man. Whatever, man. I'm the drummer. His very good friend, Steve. Harry's good friend, Steve. Oh, wait. Sorry, wasn't showing my screen. His very good friend, Steve. No, got his beard going. His friend, Steve. Very good friend, Steve. Alright, so let's see. Long hair. Longer head. Not very super long. Ears. Like Harry. Low mouth. Sullen. These are just scribbles. I'm just getting the ideas flowing out there. Let's see. Let's do Linus is gonna be fun, so let's do Ben first. Let's see. Both Ben and Linus are pretty fun looking. Hold on. Let's see. Nerf Herder. Ben. I forgot his last name. Ben Pringle. How can I forget his last name? His last name is literally Pringle, bro. He rips. on the base, bro. He is awesome. Yeah, here's Steve again. Maybe I can draw Steve with a hat. You know, because I do want them to be, like, fun. Yeah, so maybe I'll draw him with a hat. Yeah, because I don't think... Yeah, the other guys don't have a hat. That would help diversify this a little bit if he had a hat. Just had a little hat. You know. But with Ben Pringle... Here's how other people have drawn. Let's take a look. Here's them drawn as Ghostbusters. I mean, they make him look kind of like the Ghostbusters here, though, so... I'm trying to go more cutesy, obviously, but... Ben Pringle, though, rips on the bass. He's awesome. He gets really into the bass, too, when he's live. So, like, he might... Maybe I can give him, like, a lot of energy in his, like... When I draw him, like, standing, like, maybe he's got, like, a wide stance when he stands. He could be the wide one. Let's see. They all got glasses. They all got nerdy hair glasses. I mean, Linus doesn't wear them all the time. Perry and Linus typically take them on and off, but Steve and Ben definitely always wear glasses. Alright. I might have to exaggerate. So if someone needs to have exaggerated hair, it might have to be Ben. But then again, Linus does do more with his hair. Because something has to stand out about all of them. And obviously, yeah, they all stand out, but like what I want to do with my art, I have to figure out how I want to make them stand out. Let's see. So, I mean, they're not going to be stick figures in this one, I don't think. It says nose light. What's Ben's nose? So he does have a lot of, like I made sure to get his, like, eyebrows up. He definitely always has his eyebrows up. Maybe give him. Maybe I'll do a different kind of a smirk. Okay. It's a bit squishier. I don't know why I use that word. I'm more thinking about, like, dynamics between the four of them as a character. I don't know the word for. It's not a trio. It's a quadrio. Because I want the what's it called, because when I draw all four of them together, I want it to look balanced. Let's see. I don't know why he's standing so, like, upright like that. In that, when he's more of, like, when he's playing, he's more like, let's see. Like, look at that. He's like, he gets into it, man. He's, like, awesome. Wait. Yeah, there he is right there. I think. I'm trying to see another picture of him. Yeah, it isn't. Yeah, he gets, like, real into the bass, man. He's awesome. Yeah, I guess a quadruplet. Maybe. That's more twins. Hey, don't make fun of their... Don't be ageist. They rock, bro. They literally just rocked the heck out of Europe. They just did a European tour. Okay, I need to figure out his dang nose. I guess his nose could be a bit more like Frenchy. How's his ears? I'm seeing a lack of ear from the front. It's like Harry and Steve definitely got their ears flapping out. So I think to make it like even out, his ears will be kind of like noticeably behind. But then the hair again, the hair is what caught me up a little bit earlier. He's got kind of that like like that a little. I'm sure he's a lot of people's favorite, but you can't sleep on the other guys. They are awesome. Ben Pringle, like I said, I'm gonna say it again. He rips on bass. He has so much energy on stage. Steve is such a he's in the background. Like, you should see him when he plays drums. He's got like a stance to him that is really, really fun and really cool. And it kind of like really goes into like when you kind of learn a bit more about him, how he's a bit more like withdrawn. Like it's I don't know. He just fits so perfectly there. And then Linus is just so endlessly talented. It's like whenever Perry needs something else in the song or the whatever, he's there. Like Linus helped out with Talk About 3000. And I think Churros from Space or Tortilla Avalanche. I'm not sure. He helped out with some of the Saga songs. Maybe he should be like a little bit. He's like ready to go. He's like ready to go, bro. The Ben Pringle from the side, bro. Whoa, he's looking at me from the side. What's his glasses like? There's like regular glasses. No. Yeah, Ben might have to stand out with his clothes. He typically wears like flannels and stuff. And Perry's always wearing like the golf shirt and whatever. Linus is always wearing like graphic tees. Like he's the young guy of the group. Steve, despite being kind of the background guy, I always see him kind of wearing fits. He's kind of always wearing fits though. Am I gonna be on Discord afterwards? Probably not. Maybe. Possibly. Oh no, I need something to make. I mean, it might have to just be his presence. Ben's presence might just have to be like. Let's see, presence. I forgot how to spell presence. Big. Probably poses. Poses big. Flannels. Alright, now let's do some Linus. Let's do some Linus of Hollywood. Linus. Linus of Hollywood. My fellow Jinja. You fellow Jinja. Hello, Casio. Alright, so another beard. I'm trying to think. He kind of gives off like the tallest guy vibes. I don't know if he's actually the tallest. But I might just do that for the video, I don't know. Linus has great stage presence too. I'm seeing a lot of like you could maybe wear the headband. It does help with again, this is just for me being a caricature. It does help with the foreheadage, because they all got some foreheadage. But then again, I don't know how often Linus wears a headband. He is always kind of doing something a little different with his hair. These are older photos, because Nerf Herder has only mostly been Steve and Harry, but yeah, here they are from like recent. Oh yeah, Linus does wear a snapback too. He is an old elder millennial. I could draw him with a hat, just like I was drawing Steve with a hat. Steve wears stripes. I got to write that down. Gotta write that down. Stripes. Let's see. Linus. His beard pretty much is with his jawline. He's also someone with a longer. Yeah, I'll draw him pretty long. You won't forget the one chatter that said it burns when he pees. If you like that, you should look at there's a Frank Zappa song called Why Does It Hurt When I Pee? Now, as a responsible adult, though, I have to tell you that's a very inappropriate song, and if you listen to the full album, which I love the album, I cannot condone recommending the album to you since you are young. Even though it is one of my favorite albums, I will say, it is a very inappropriate album. That's all I'll say. So, I'm just throwing out there, I am not recommending it. But I am also saying that it is one of my favorite albums. Alright. Let's get back to Linus. I could give him the snapback. That's for sure. I could definitely give him a snapback. I could probably also give him dot eyes like with Harry. How's his eyebrows? He's like me a little bit with the ginger. Like his eyebrows are like you can actually see his eyebrows. My eyebrows are a lot darker and fuller. Like I have pretty dark hair for a ginger, but and then earage. He does have some earage like the other guys, so you know, I don't like that snap back. Maybe you figure it out. The album has cussing in it. Yeah, I think every music I listen to has cussing in it. Okay, let's do this for now. Let's get back. Wondering if I should have his hair kind of peeking out the bottom. No. Let me put on the Spore music. How about them out? Steve is why is his nose? His nose isn't that long. Definitely head shape I got, but he let's see. Yeah, I'm not the best at caricatures, so I'm just kind of like doing as best as I can with like simplifying. For body, he is kind of the bulkiest one there, but very long. So I gotta remember he's like graphic T, maybe snapback, maybe the snapback. Maybe the eyebrows will be a little different. The eyebrows are throwing me off. It's just maybe when I have some color in there, it might look a bit better because like he is a red guy. I understand as like as a red guy, the red is a big part of, you know, like when people go, oh, that does look like him, because like you look at any ginger and you tell the other ginger, you look like that ginger, because that, you know, you found taco media, but it's churro media. Have I ever tried making music myself? I have, about a really long time ago. You can hear some of it on Newgrounds. I have an old channel from like a decade ago called Boone Music. Back when I was like a teenager, just making stuff in FL Studio. Yeah, I've made music. I've taken a couple music classes. I have very basic, you know, very basic music theory knowledge. Red, he's a red guy. Tall. Maybe thicker, more, like, I'm gonna say millennial. I'm gonna write millennial. Millennial. Alright. Now, let me try drawing all four of them. I'm getting sweaty. Alright. Alright, so I might make Perry like the funny looking one since he's gonna be the main guy in the music video. So I might make him like a little short little gremlin. He's not a short guy. Perry is very tall. But you know, just for the sake of, you know, the music video, he's gonna be like rain taco phobia, fear of raining tacos. Yes, this is Perry, and he always does his patented ee-hee-hee. His patented ee-hee-hee pose. And then Steve will be behind him. Steve will be right behind him. Ah, it just double undid. Oh, his nose is gone. And let's see, Steve will have his little tiny newsboy cap. Little cap. Standing behind him with the drum. I'm gonna have him holding up his drumstick. He's gonna be holding his drumsticks. Holding up, yep. Holding them up. Right behind the Perry. It's fun just scribbling, guys. You should just try it. Like, this is baloney, but I don't care. I'm having a fun time. Timmy talk about are dangling over a lava pit, and you have to cut the rope on either, and they'll be never seen or drawn again. Who do I cut? Dang, that is a tough question. That is a toughie. Everyone loves Timmy. Takaba has more of a chance to survive it, though. I know you said no in this scenario no one survives. I might have to go with Takobot. Sorry, I know it might be a controversial. But Takobot is just way more interesting of a character than Timmy. Just is. Alright. Let me, and then Ben, I'll draw Ben here. How did I draw? Yeah, pose. Ben is gonna be like... How do I do this pose? Kind of a triangle lead. Oh yeah. And he's gonna be kind of like... Yeah! He's gonna be, yeah, bro. Yeah. And Linus is gonna be like... He's gonna stand on the side here. Yeah, I think I'll give him the cap. Yeah, they all just got nerd glasses on. I don't know if I'm gonna give Perry the nerd glasses. Everyone's got glasses. I think Perry did his tour with the nerd glasses too. It's supposed to be like newer him, because it's the Redux version of the song, like the 30-year anniversary version. Let's see. I don't know much about your characters to answer that. I'm sorry. Let's see, he's like kind of the... I know I could just draw their instruments too, but you know, yeah. Because I mean, I kind of did Steve with his drumsticks. So I mean, like, you know, here's you know, gotta give the dang bass to Ben. It'd be kind of funny if I had like, because like one of the main things, I'm gonna write that down for what's Linus. Because one thing I would say about Linus is that he's like super talented and he does like a lot of different things. Like he does whatever. So I can maybe draw him like can't handle like holding everything, because he's kind of like he does a lot. Does a lot. So maybe I can have him here, like, kind of like holding like a keyboard and a guitar. So he's like holding a keyboard here, maybe. Got a dang keyboard. He's holding it onto this. And a guitar. He's holding on a guitar here, like up in the air. He's like, whoa. Kind of like that. Yeah. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I'm liking this vibe. Made them all stand out. Harry, the happy leader. Ben, the cool rock star. The foundational drummer. And the guy who does everything else. I mean, Perry does do music. I'll put his guitar on his back. I'll have him have a guitar on his back. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Wow. Now that I've learned Moho, though, I'm going to make rigs of these guys when I can figure out their final design. Have I met Perry in person? I have multiple times. I have actually gone to 2 Nerf Herder shows as well, which is helping a lot with me, figuring out how to, draw the whole crew. And fun fact, there was one time I got dinner with him. We got Mexican food, and it started raining. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? That's actually real. I'm not even exaggerating. On our way out, it started raining. In California. It does not rain in California, but it rained when we ate Mexican food together. I'm sorry, but I can't do drawing requests. Look, I'm even just scribbling with stuff I actually do have to work on. I don't really have the drawing juice today. I'm hopefully, again, I mentioned last stream, I hate to do it, but, I have to open commissions probably soon. So, obviously, that's one way I could do drawing requests, but, that... It would help me, it would definitely help support me, but right now I can't do requests. If you should look up when he's doing more Nerf Herder shows. He's definitely taking a break for now. But, yeah, Nerf Herder concerts are definitely where you'd meet Perry. But yeah, that's where I'd recommend. Maybe listen to some Nerf Herder too. If me drawing them and me making a music video with them is enough, do they do concerts in Australia? They did just do a Europe tour, so I would not be surprised. Would not be surprised if they went to Australia at some point. Let's see. Let me look it up. Let's see. If it'll hurry up and load. No, it doesn't look like they're doing Australia anytime soon. They're doing more California shows at the end of this month, and then a couple in August, and then they're Florida in October. Yeah, he's very, very average. That's like the whole thing with his band is that they're like nerds, like Nerf Herder is it's like satire music. So like if you listen to it and go, what the heck? Like it's them joking. It's called like math rock. It's very like nerdy Weezer type punk music. It's great. Without chatting with him online, he's a very busy guy, so I would not be obviously like handing out like, oh yeah, here's how you talk to him, like that's like saying like I know George Clooney and I can tell you how to talk to George Clooney. It's like, no, I don't know how to talk to George Clooney. If I knew how to talk to George Clooney, I don't even think I would, honestly. Like, I feel like I wouldn't want to bug him. And to be fair, I've not watched enough George Clooney movies to even warrant me, like, why would I even, like, talk to him? When I really think about it, like, why would I ever talk to George Clooney? I haven't seen his movies. Like, it's just, like, if I saw him in person, I'd be like, oh my god, you're George Clooney, the famous guy. Not, oh, you're an actor, or you won awards. And no, it's, you are a famous guy. Yeah, anyways, it's getting a little late. I'm getting a little hot. I kind of want to lay down. I'll probably end the stream for now. This has been a long one today. I might play some more Star Control another time if I live stream. I probably won't stream. Even these streams, like today and yesterday, are very like random. I might not even be streaming for the rest of the month. If I do, it'll be like when Deltarune comes out, and I'll be playing Deltarune. But I don't know. I'm from like pretty much like early next week into July, like starting like early next week, I'm gonna be like insanely busy. Like I really, if I stream, it's gonna be very much my free time. But you know, thanks for stopping by though. Thanks for watching me doodle. Like I've been meaning to do that for a little while. Working on the next music video. I know how to use the program now. I'm doodling the like I'm working on that music video. Faux show, but Rainy Taco's director's cut though. The Saga director cut is coming soon, guys. I'm working on that. It'll be the best way to watch the saga. It's gonna be like one whole episode of a show. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be wonderful. It's gonna have new stuff. It's gonna have the same songs. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be everything you dream of, I think. Hopefully. I would like to start using this song as my goodbye song. Let me find it. There we go. Yeah, this is my new goodbye song. It's the Oars theme from Star Control 2, and it is awesome. But anyways, till I stream again, it'll probably be Deltarune Chapter 5. So that'll be next month probably. So no, goodbye.